I thought you were taking a picture first. You're just trying to read it. Well, dyslexic with easy.
Season's greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Winkley Wing It number 53. This is also our 1-year anniversary. Way to go, guys. We've lasted this long. Can you believe it?
We haven't gotten each other banned yet? Nice.
No, we're working on it, though.
We haven't bombed the entire channel yet. I think we're doing fine.
What the fuck was
Well,
Jane
in first
doing?
tonight with us is Billy Bobsack. Billy, how you been?
Kaplow, 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 kaplow. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know why I expected more.
I know, right?
Up next, we got Maji Chan and Beta Huna.
Merry Christmas. If you're spending time with us, we're sorry.
All the noise! What are you, some sort of
I
animal?
knew it was the Grinch who was a beta.
And next up, that's Lord Otter. Lord Otter, how are you tonight? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and an Otter New Year. I'm doing fine tonight. It's been a wonderful Christmas break so far.
You tail deep in some sort of capybara?
Fuck.
They're going up for air.
God damn
They
it.
couldn't take it anymore.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Sorry.
Lord
And
Otter,
also
you don't have to
here
tell us his
tonight,
name.
Readout.
Jesus.
Read out. How
Oh,
you doing
boy.
tonight?
I'm not answering that question.
What's the question? I'm here. What's the question?
I missed what the question was. All right. What was the question?
Nothing appropriate or worth repeating. Continue.
We were trying
Anyways,
Oh, in that case, I'm going to back
They're
this
just
up a
poking
couple
and
seconds
prodding
and
the
check it
otter,
out.
seeing what it'll do.
to get.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Well, that
That's
monkey
water
dances
weasel
like an
you,
otter.
Bob.
Welcome back, James Esparza. Good to have you, man. Been a while
Hey,
since you could make it.
You do something?
yes, it's been a couple weeks. Had to get through holiday season in retail. And now that is over with.
Yes, that
You've
that
hit
is
the
an odyssey
period
of its own.
Soul chair.
Is it me or is it lagging bad?
I think it's
It
lagging
is.
on.
It's
I think it's fine on our end. I think everyone's afraid to interrupt each other. Luckily, I don't care.
I'm not sure if it's
Well,
that or lag or a mix of the two.
Well, Wrangler was having problems earlier of trying to get the music to play.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet you
I was
everybody
just
who's
hitting
gotten-
the start video, and it would not even. It was like nothing was happening.
I
I
bet
don't
you
know what's
everybody
going
who's
on.
gotten a new gaming console, computer, whatnot, are all attached to the internet trying to get everything loaded.
Yeah.
That could be, a lot of new games, a lot of bandwidth getting sucked up.
You guys remember back when you could just get a console, plug it in, start freaking playing it right away? No?
You still can.
I still can. I do that on my Switch all the time.
Hey, Rita,
Oh.
what are you drinking today?
But I still do things
We
like
are having Jumonville Glen red wine from a local, I can't speak, a local winery, and I put a little mulling spice in just for the holiday. It was
What hat are you wearing?
a hat I can just find. The cocked hat is at my work locker. I forgot to pick it up before I left, so I'm like, well, God, I'm doing 1776 for 2023 Christmas. I need a hat, and I'm like, well, technically they had simple round hats. Technically in the period, this is not period correct, but it's what I had.
Read out,
This
you're
is angry.
drinking wine, you're dressing up. It's like you're seducing yourself, man.
I'm not answering that.
Anyway,
I think I've seen that one before.
over in the chat, joining us tonight, Everly Music says, Merry Christmas, Wrangler and crew. Merry Christmas, Everly. Good to see you. And Animation Overload, Merry Christmas and God bless. Maji-chan has to be everywhere all the time, all at once. Isn't there a movie about that?
Yeah, but that was way cooler than my life. Trust me.
Directed by
Little less
Maji-chan.
Asian. Less Asian.
Yeah, but there was no kahuna in that movie. You have a kahuna in your life right now.
He just decided to come over. He kind of surprised me too.
Storm
That's a lie. We just live right down the street from one another. It's not a big deal.
Look, he only has
And-
to
Oh, so she's the girl next door. I get it.
Oh, okay.
The
okay,
girl
that's-
next
okay.
gate.
Either she's the girl next door or he's the beta next door.
Oh
Oh no.
no! Either that or I'm the beta. You go to the pet store and buy, like stuck in a little glass jar.
Yeah, except for he requires a bigger cage.
What are you saying?
Well, this got out of the cage. Stormcrow, he's down in the chat. He said, "I'll be home for Christmas, passed
That's
out
good.
on the floor."
That's not good.
Started off so optimistic and good.
That's Stormcrow's shtick. It's like, I'm gonna take this uplifting thing and surprise, not the good kind either.
Put it through a Puerto Rican filter.
Evelyn says, "Maji and Kahuna, woo!"
Woo!
Yeah, careful, don't move. That's a blue yeti. I'll
I-
pick it up really loud.
I know that I really held back. I'm sorry.
Animation Overload says, "Ultimus Prime."
Maji would also like to hear out of her ear, her right ear.
She has
Oh.
a mask on. Surely after we turned off the camera, we're
Well,
definitely
Billy,
still
when,
wearing the masks.
when you have the doctors of Pan Am's capital, they can fix any deaf. They can if you go deaf in ear, they can fix that no problem.
Just because Washington is a socialist state doesn't mean we want the Pan Am doctors.
I don't know. They sound more effective.
Oh yeah.
They're
by the
not
way-
bound by pesky things like regulations.
Reed Owl also forgot that PETA fucking loses a leg.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you don't
Oh, in the
remember,
book.
he loses a leg. That's the reveal at the end.
I don't remember
What?
this.
Am I
No,
high?
he does. It's a
Yes.
metal prosthetic leg at the very end of the book.
Which book? The first one?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the first one. Right whenever
What?
I do
whenever
not
they're
remember
on
this.
stage, it's not explained to Katniss until she looks down and notices it.
I thought he just had a cane. Am I high?
No.
He did have a
I
cane, but
forgot
he
about
also
it. I
had a
remember
prosthetic
that
leg.
part.
The cane is what I got stuck on. I'm like, oh yeah, his leg, it'll heal. No,
No.
it will not.
I mean, it gets healed in the sense that it gets amputated, but I mean, not fully healed.
Yeah, I wish they would heal his head too. No. Actually, no, Peter's a good boy. You got to heal
Yes,
Cactus's head.
you and him have a lot in common. That's all I'll say.
Oh, fuck off.
First there's Alpha, then there's yeah.
What's the worst? Is Zeta? Is Zeta the worst?
I don't know.
When it takes
Well, like, 'cause
months.
Omega
I think
doesn't sound
Zeta
good.
is just kind of a lone wolf type.
Yeah, it's
Somebody
like
just
bottom of
does
the
their
totem
own
pole.
thing.
That's reserved solely for Beta.
Hey, Tim Allen.
Stormcrow,
Oh, hi, Storm Girl.
I will send you back to your country.
He's already in
Oh
it.
no.
Raven stopped in, says, "All hail the fellowship." What's up, man? Good to see you.
They're taking the
Raven
hobbits to
Nevermore. He
Isengard.
sounds like a YA edgy fantasy author.
Who?
Raven Nevermore. That sounds like the name of a YA like edgy fantasy.
Except for when you read him, he's total bass. I love him.
He said, "I'm off visiting family and just saw the stream running, so thought I'd stop in and say hi. Thanks, Raven. Merry Christmas to you and your family."
What a loser!
Not-
Spending time with family when he could be spending his time with internet friends.
Or people like Tim Allen, who's Merry Mead filled Christmas. All the mead you can get from that guy.
He's probably drunk
If
as
he-
a skunk
if he
right now.
shares
Do you
it.
think we could trick him into thinking it's not Christmas anymore?
Let's get him a trip
Well,
up and
technically,
scream Happy New
somewhere
Year.
it is not anymore. The clock has gone past 12 to Boxing Day somewhere. So
All right,
It's not hard
Trippy
to trick
Soul.
him.
Magic legs?
What?
I'm not understanding that one. Animation overload. He says, "Well, I'll be magic legs."
I'm hungover from Christmas, dude. What's this animation? You may need to explain that one to me. Tim Allen, this is 2025. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You're not sober.
I am.
Edgar Allan Poe,
You're sober. I'm
Quoth
talking
the
to Tim.
Raven, nevermore.
Peter, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
We actually have an ex-lieutenant named Dan who's working for our company now. So
Peter.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
we got 15 more Jennies. Then we invest in some fruit company.
That's good.
It's too easy, man. It's a very quotable movie.
I drank about
Run,
15
Forrest,
Dr.
run.
Peppers.
Okay.
Maji, I had not
magic
judged
legs.
a single decoration in your house till I saw. Guys, I'm gonna out Maji Chan here a little bit. I was looking around. I'm like, not all this is her choice, but like, yeah, fun, interesting decoration. Until I saw the Funko Pop bigger size Deadpool riding a unicorn. I'm like, oh no.
That was actually a birthday gift to me.
And Maji liked it so much that she displayed it.
It's in the living room.
It's centerfold next to the Godzilla. Feels like some sort of Japanese
Look,
war
can
crime to have
we
those two
find
next to each other.
can we find a stuffy of a beaver riding a unicorn?
Who posted
Well,
the
technically,
Godzilla?
the beaver is literally right behind Kahuna. Well, now Kahuna's holding it.
Who posted the Godzilla?
Careful with
Christmas
your
tree?
words. Select your words carefully, Maji.
Who posted the Godzilla Christmas tree?
I didn't know, but it was so cute.
My money's on Trick.
I like that one. That was cool. And you were wondering if it was real. I'm like, it's Japan. It's definitely real. Have you seen their other weird stuff?
It's Japan.
It's Japan.
Oh no, it's Devil's Air that posted that.
Evele, I'm not against the enthusiasm of buying IronAge Funkos. I'm against Funkos as a rule.
Well, Funko's is dying. So
Thank
Yeah, aren't
God.
they like filling up a landfill
I
right
mean,
now?
I am very sorry for people who are about to lose their job, but
Oh, yeah, me too.
Maji.
Did Funko piss people off? I take it.
No, they just make bad figures that cost too much money.
Well, not only that, but they made a bad deal with Disney before Disney dragged them down.
I didn't know that. I just didn't like them.
An Ultimate Kahuna Funko all day, every day.
No, get me what do you call those? A Nesco figure?
No, I wish I could.
Stormcrow Funko Pop.
let's not.
I don't even know what that would look like. I don't know if I want to know.
Well, you see, it's an Eldritch horror. It can't be described. A crow Funko Pop that can't be
Right.
described.
I'd imagine
also
it's
think it would-
mostly brown.
I also think it would be.
Tim Allen is
really-
asking, what are Funkos? Alrighty.
Oh God, Frequency has one.
Uh-oh.
That'd be funny. Maji, go grab it.
I don't have one, but I have a screen I can share.
Is it weird if I show my beaver on stream?
Technically, it's my beaver.
Usually, yes.
We messed up beaver, damn it.
Right now.
Beta stuff. He's showing his woman's beaver.
As
on
Billy and I
stream.
accidentally
It's not
played over
my
the buttons.
beaver. It's not her beaver. It's our beaver.
Southern communism.
Oh, jeez.
Tim Allen, that's a great question. What the F are Funkos?
Oh,
They're
wow.
ugly, lack of detailed, big-headed plastic figurines.
Yeah, but this one's cool.
All right, guys, she's getting her unicorn here.
You just jelly you don't have one.
He does have one now.
Shut up. I can't hear what they say anyway.
She can't hear you, so you guys can be as mean or nice as you like.
Now, Christian,
Isn't there
how
a
do
scene
you
of
feel
him-
that she's saying that it's her stuff now?
Oh,
Instead of-
yeah,
oh.
no, it really should be our stuff. So.
Also, how the fuck did you fucked up that Grinch mask or something? Or your
No,
face?
this is how this mask is.
No, we
What?
just think you're a deformed person underneath that mask.
Oh, nice, Raven
What?
Nevermore. I've never read any of Cull. I'm starting to read the second Wheel of Time book after nearly 2 years after reading the first book.
Okay. Camera's going
Was
off.
Raven the one who posted the picture with like the nails and the cylinder with the
So I
books
can put on
behind it?
the earbud.
Maybe?
Here's
I'm
your
not
beaver.
entirely sure.
Afraid to show you the platypus.
What? Why are we looking at Funko Pops?
Because Tim Allen wanted to know what Funko Pops were. Now he does, and he's probably very upset.
It's a failure, Tim Allen. That's what it
Hey,
is.
Look who joined us.
Hey, everybody.
It's the Jeb Bush
Oui,
of
oui.
figures.
Oh my god.
Bonjour.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Frederick.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's who it is.
Merry
I'm like, give me a
Christmas.
second.
Welcome to our club. Welcome to our club. Welcome, Frederick. Welcome, Frederick. Now run and save your sanity.
How are you awake right now?
Yeah, isn't it like 4 a.m. where you live?
No, it's 8:21. I'm in Eastern time zone. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Oh.
I
He's
thought
up
you
in
were
Canada.
UK.
I'm retarded. Ignore me.
It's okay. I'm also retarded, so we're in good company.
Well, I am too.
All right, you'll
Can
fit
you
right in.
understand
Hey,
me?
James and Frederick, y'all got something y'all want to show?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, huh? The
Yeah.
image. Do you have the one you just finished not too long ago? You want to show that one off? I'd
I-
bring it up, but it's buried in my files, and I'm
I-
not sober. Right now.
Stormcrow, I don't know why to say this, but I'm with you, buddy.
I got it. How do I share stuff?
There's a present button. You click on it, and it'll give you whichever screen you got it pulled up on. You can click on it.
Okay, let me just open up.
You want to lean back?
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
Let's talk
I
some
just
more.
don't like because we're like sharing the. I don't want to like prevent you.
Ah,
Yeah, he was
It's
working on a really great piece for a while for me. He recently finished it. It's for the story I'm working on, and it's basically a landscape shot of the crescendo in the story. And I'm really excited because it's a magnificent work of art that he's got here, and I am doing my best to finish off that story. I'm roughly halfway done. And there's a lot to go, and it's a lot to lose my hair out over, and hopefully it'll be done before the end of the year, but I got a lot to work on while still trying to finish that at the same time.
You got 6 days left.
Well, I'm at the end of next year.
Okay. Share screen.
We can mime what it'd be like when we actually see it. Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
Wow! Would you look at that? Never
Look at
seen
all-
anything like this before.
Look at all that line art. It's breathtaking.
Well, I don't even
I
know.
mean, it's better than the artist edition of Shad's book that I got right here.
Can you see it?
Don't bring up Shad's book. I got that on fucking last Wednesday, and
Is it working?
Disappointing, huh?
hell no,
Hey,
it ain't worth it. in my
Actually,
opinion.
might like the black
I'm
and
not
white
seeing
versions
it.
better.
You're not seeing it?
Like
There's
that.
no
Here's the
lettering.
thing: if
I
you
know.
enjoyed Shad's book, yeah, go ahead and get it.
If
You
you're
didn't-
not aware of Shad's book, read Shad's book first. And if you like Shad's book, then get the graphic novel.
If you don't, yeah, I don't have as big of a
Here's
problem
what
with the
I'll do.
art, but
There are parts.
Yeah,
I
we don't
like,
have
there
it
are
up on
parts I
screen
hate.
yet, Stormcrow.
Here, Frederick, this is what I'll do. I'll click it up on our private chat.
Okay.
Evelyn, I agree.
What did Emily say?
Wow, such pretty art. Pretty the art.
Oh, gotcha.
No, guys, they think we're actually looking at it.
We're like the
Yeah,
we're like the
we
people
were
who
miming, guys. This.
There you go.
This is our reaction.
Oh, nice.
Okay, compare that to what you just looked at in that artist edition.
Hmm.
I like that better.
Average image, yes, I agree.
Is that a giant mortar?
That is a magnificently huge gun that takes approximately 40-ish men to man, and all these zombies. There's another piece I should get done. I'll talk to Frederick at the back end about technically why that gun is there, and it's not the zombies at all. But this is the crescendo of the story.
Well, I wonder what's
Everything
going on.
here
Probably
Ev-
once.
Everything here is just a piece of an ongoing battle, and it's going to be epic. Though the story itself is going to be pretty wacky along the way.
It looks. I like the detail on the zombies. It looks like there you go, Evelyn. It works now. I like the worms on the zombies. Are they like spores, or how does that work? Is it just because they're rotting?
It's like parasites. I figured like maybe the cause of the zombification is the worms. Like you're just like total parasitic overload.
That was a creepy sound.
You got like rotting flesh and parasites coming up out of everywhere.
It looks cool, dude. Looks good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wrangler. Did I ever show off the art piece I had done on stream? Thought I did. Maybe I didn't.
Of your Dark Augment
Oh,
character?
the one. Yeah, my cowboy character. Yeah.
Cowboy character. I don't know about the cowboy character, but the one you showed, I think, was your character from Dark Augment.
Oh no, there's a different one. Hold on.
Oh, I don't think we've seen this other one then.
I'll have to send it to you because I don't know how to present from here. So let me see.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna have to send out a whole message here soon about Dark Augment. It's getting close to the new year, and it's right about time that Dark Augment is supposed to come back. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Yeah.
Hey,
You sending that in the Wing It chat?
Say again?
Frederick, you're working on your own project right now too, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in the rewriting the script phase right now.
What kind of project is it?
Is it a book?
It's it's a superhero floppy.
Oh, nice.
So
You have to be very careful in the order of those words.
Christian, if you post it in there, I'll click it and do the present.
so you know how prizes.
Yeah.
So my guy has started mining Bitcoin in the early days, and then he went to prison for like 10 years. So he's coming out of jail, and he's learned a lot of tricks from the bad guys, and he's got a shit ton of Bitcoin, and he wants to get justice in the world. It's the setup.
There you go. Don't know if you can zoom in. This was done by Metal Movies and Brewskis on Twitter and YouTube. I was actually on his stream a while back, but he was having a deal, like a Black Friday kind of deal on commissioned art. I gave him a couple basic ideas, and yeah, this is what he's able to come up with for a story that I'm working on.
Is it zooming in and out for you?
Is this
Little
a
bit, yeah.
short
Yes, it
story you're
is.
working on?
No, this is a comic idea I've had for a while, and I have a lot of ideas in regards to it. I'm getting concept art like this done for it right now.
Was that
Almost
little
all the
monkey guy?
backgrounds were. What was that?
Is that a little monkey guy coming at him from behind?
No. I told him to make the hero epitomize the statement 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And so that's supposed to be just like a small but regular dude.
Put it 1/16th scale.
Yeah, there you go. All the buildings in the background are references from a town I passed by in Eastern Washington. And yeah, no, man, for a very reasonable price point, this is what he came up with. It came out so good, dude.
Animation Overload approves.
No, the garage door.
He says, "Awesome, man."
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's my art for my comic concept that's going on. Well, I just got back. There was a cat fighting a Wolverine or something.
No, it's an old house, and sometimes the garage door doesn't shut all the way, and it kind of blew open.
Well, that's what happens when a moose gets wedged in the door.
Moose. I'm
Could
actually
be a
not sure what
poltergeist.
kind of sounds mooses make. Mooses is right.
Kind of like a deeper elk. I heard a kitty.
I heard a kitty too.
I did
And
too.
that's not on my end.
No, it's over here.
I
Oh,
was gonna say that's weird if nobody here has a cat.
No, I do.
I have a
She's
cat,
hiding
but he's
from
not
Luna.
talking right now.
Maji has 2 cats. What are you talking about?
I got two.
I have only one cat. I have a chokers.
I remember the time Herman he had the full screen. He was talking about something. My cat walked up to me. I held down my mic, and he just happened to just do this perfect. right into the microphone. The look on Herman's face.
That was a really good cat sound, Wrangler. Do you
Thank
practice that in a mirror?
No.
Christian, have you
Just in
not
my
read
sleep.
his book?
Wrangler's not
Herman-
yet because I freaking lost it, man.
Dude
Merry
loves
Christmas,
cats.
Herman. How
There are
you
like
doing?
20 fucking cats in the book.
I'm still freaking digesting.
20 freaking cats. He has the ultimate cat lady in the book.
So I
Speaking
started-
of Herman,
what? Are you talking? Am I allowed to talk now?
no, Frequency was just
Yeah.
talking about
Can
it.
you guys
She'll come out
actually
when
hear
she
me?
wants to.
We can
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
really
A little
low.
Okay.
Little table
Do
Do I have a
Oh,
way
yeah,
of
that's my
turning
brother's
up your
D&D
mic?
corner.
Oh, that's fun.
Herman Erp Hunter?
Yeah.
That's his DM chair.
He
Yeah,
commands
wait.
the Legion.
I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'll be able to get it any higher.
Him and his buddies. come in
Herman,
and
please
have a
start
go.
speaking. I found your volume level. Let me see if I can up this.
Test.
Hold on.
Actually, that's perfect.
it's not
I can't hear
grabbing.
him. It's perfect.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, try
Can you hear me
again.
now?
Start talking.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm just gonna leave you
Alright.
up, cranked up to full size or full full size Herman. I
Actually,
just moved
Tim,
it up to full volume.
your commentary on the picture, yeah, that's pretty much how it feels.
Test. You guys hear me now?
Hey, Herman.
Yeah, I can hear you a little better. What do you guys think? Did it work? Oh, now you're gone.
This is perfect, actually,
What
right
about
here. I heard that. I did hear it.
I don't know how well this is gonna work.
All right, I think right there is the best it's gonna get, and that is workable. So
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I started cooking around 2:00. Actually, I take that back. I started preparing to cook 1:30. So I'm tired. I might not be on real long.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. We all have our own version of Christmas plans. Came home yesterday pretty late after spending time with family, and some other family was watching like a TV show. I sat down. I'll watch with you. 15 seconds later.
Yeah. So
I got a call at about 3 hours ago, and he's like, "Hey, I'm coming over."
There's no debate. I'm coming over.
That's pretty much how that went.
I mean,
No
did we call
debate
me
or
a
no
beta?
debata?
But is that really honest? I decide the rules.
Whatever.
So James, what's been going on in World Without End lately?
A lot. Obviously, for those who've been keeping up, last night, I released the first full cast dramatized audiobook for World Without End. That's on the Substack at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. You can get that for free with an updated PDF of one of our favorite stories, which is Glimmerleaf, and our own Maji Chan actually voices the main character.
Oh, sweet.
And there is also a let's say Easter egg voice actor towards the end there, if anybody can guess his voice.
Wow, sounds cool.
Yes, it is roughly 49 minutes long. It is a lovely little story there where you follow an adventurous little micro gnome that could fit in the hand of your, or that could fit right in your hand. And this little gnome here is a dastardly plan to assault the lands of light. So she must go on her magnificent journey to deliver a message before it's too late.
Hey, James. Skunks has a question for you. He wants to know how you do your maps or where you get the program for it.
The maps, that is incarnate.com, I believe. It's been a while since I've actually made a map, but it was a program called Incarnate. I believe you can get a yearly subscription for like $20-something.
It's a really good map making tool. The map I have for my world and Steel and Stormbright is from Incarnate. Or
No,
it was
it's
made in
It's a good program
Incarnate.
for sure.
I'm always keeping my eyes out for new technologies and programs and things like that. And there's a handful out there that are pretty good. Incarnate is a great one, but if you really want to get like really detailed map creation. There's a lot of them out there, and you can really go down a giant rabbit hole of map making software. It's pretty cool.
Real
Or you
quick,
just do
both
your-
Animation Overload and Nate Raven Nevermore have to drop out. They are both saying Merry Christmas to us. And guys, have yourself a great night. Appreciate you stopping in for a little bit.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas and God bless. Quack.
No, honestly, when it comes to maps, like there are a lot of great like I used Incarnate way back in the day. Like, well, it's so much better now. But I like hand drawing maps. I've had a couple artists back in the day who drew maps for me, and I don't know. There's something about hand drawn that as long as you can get the formatting right, I think I just like it better.
It's really therapeutic whenever you do it. I don't know. For me, I can spend hours working on a hand-drawn map, and for me, it's just the most relaxing thing. Like, my hand and wrist will be cramping up by the end, but I'll be on cloud 9 by the end of it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But Maji, you ever do your own map?
Take a
like,
look
for
at
D&D
it
or
here.
It depends on what it is.
Mhm.
My sample writing's right there, so that should tell you it's not exactly the ideal for maps.
It has lines. Just helps you make districts. But yeah, no, like all these map drawing kind of programs, they're so much more advanced than even like 5 or 6 years ago. Last time I was looking into them and using them.
Okay, I heard
look at all
somebody
the
drop in
textures.
who just joined us.
Me.
Herman.
Herman's back.
Going back.
Hey, you're louder.
Oh,
With
good.
Crowder.
No, not with Crowder. Ignore the second voice you hear from my avatar.
I restarted.
Sorry,
I
Master.
restarted.
Or ma'am. Should be ma'am. Ma'am.
Whatever.
It's Madam.
You are not helping the lore, okay?
It is, ma'am.
You will not speak unless I ask you questions, right? I'm sorry. Wait. There you go.
Oh, I know a new clip we can add frequency.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, no.
What do you got in
Love
mind?
Nintendo.
That looks really good though.
It
Actually,
does look
before
good.
we move on to that, James, would you like a sample of the audio to be played tonight?
Sure, yeah, go ahead, man. Play as much as you want. It's out there for everybody to listen to.
We should all just silently sit here and react like XQC. Just like, wow.
Wow.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Neat.
cool.
Look,
Oh,
all right,
look,
let's
I'm
go
going
to
to
the
describe
science
the
theaters
thing that
thing.
they're doing.
Hold up,
Look.
hold up. No. We should do like a sign. Let's not react and let's go
Oh.
get some food.
And also have really bad socialism takes halfway through.
Oh,
While
no.
also screaming at your mother to get some more food.
Don't get me. There are good reactors out there. They are not those.
I think one of the best one I've seen is Asman, to be honest. Because he actually pauses, he actually talks quite a bit.
He still
It's a
has
co-
bad takes, but I think he's
Yes.
way better than a lot of them.
Yeah, like people who only react, I can't stand most of them, but a few of them are pretty good. Like there's a couple good music ones that I like, a few good movie ones, and yeah. Those who just react to like internet drama stuff, no, can't stand it.
I got stuck over a period of a couple of days when I couldn't find an interest in anything else.
Jewish space lasers.
That's a very
stumbled-
specific interest.
I stumbled across Transformers the movie reaction videos. Like people reacted to the whole movie, and I just got kind of stuck in this weird rut of just watching other people watch this movie for the first time. It was like people who've seen all the Michael Bay stuff, and this is the first time they're sitting and watching the
You
animated
do not
movie.
speak that name with Transformers involved.
You mean the best? You talking about the best director of a Transformers movie?
She says that's grounds for a divorce, Your Honor.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, a lot of them were like blown away by the movie too. They're like, "Holy crap, that did not stop from start to finish."
I know. Well, the first Michael Bay Transformers movie was nonstop. 2 thumbs up.
No. I'm talking about they were watching the original Transformers movie.
That wasn't the cat. That was Maji reacting to my bad Transformers take. But it's okay because she's a very casual Transformers fan anyway. So
Casual.
Casual.
She
Definitely wasn't
only
wearing
bears
it.
a
away all
Matrix.
them Transformers toys, so it does make sense. You didn't understand the value that was held, you know.
I
That
did
movie's-
understand the value they held, but I wanted to give them to somebody that would
Clearly
appreciate
not,
them.
Maji. You're not a huge fan of Transformers. Your beta done explain this, you know.
Well, guys, let's find out who are fans of Glimmerleaf. Let's check it out.
Ooh, yay.
Boy, oh boy, what did I get myself into this time?
Gwendolyn Glimmerleaf, a small gnome, crouched inside a hidden tunnel. The passage, though tight, accommodated her even
you guys hear it?
smaller frame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yet, it also allowed ample room for a peculiar species of carnivorous red worms. Many slithered through the twisting labyrinth hidden beneath the Earth's surface, relentlessly seeking her presence. In the heart of the underground realm, Gwendolyn found herself trapped in a twisting network of dark tunnels. The oppressive walls seemed to close in on her, and she could hear the echoing thuds of the relentless worms drawing near. Panic surged through her tiny frame, but she knew staying still was not an option. Gwendolyn's mind raced like the rapid heartbeat of a wild hare. Ahead, a slender crevice allured to her like a beckoning lantern bathed in an ethereal glow, courtesy of the fluorescent moss that adorned the surroundings.
James, I gotta say, the sound effect in the background, the subtle heartbeat slowly getting louder, that's a nice touch.
Oh yeah. I worked really hard on the Foley, and that's just a little bit as it goes. Like you're gonna get a lot of Foley sounds. I try to put in as much effort into the sound as possible, and I really hope that it comes out.
Yeah, well, if that's what you've done so far, if that's consistent through this whole thing, then wow, you put some serious work into this.
Definitely, I put I want to say at least 40. This one's about 40 hours, but prior to this, I had to obtain the skills to do so, and that took about
How many years?
Literally a month. But in that
Really?
1 month's time, I dedicated every free moment I had to it. And
Yeah.
easily at least 100 hours that 1 month's time. I went total Karate Kid on it. It's like nothing else. That's what I'm doing.
Crash course.
Play the montage music.
And as a major audiobook kind of enjoyer too, I enjoy when there's, I don't like a full production like a graphic audiobook as much, but if you can add like a couple images, a song here or there, or like a couple of like kind of like ambiance kind of sounds, I think that adds a tremendous.
I don't know why. I've always been a fan of the old school radio.
The radio shows,
where
I
they
like
did all
those
the
too.
clever tricks,
Radio
to do the sound
theater.
effects.
Yeah, I learned how to do that way back in the day. That's why I always practice like making sounds.
Yeah, that's what
Bummer.
really actually inspired me, because I do listen to a lot of those even to this day.
Yeah,
Nice.
StreamYard keeps booting Herman, unfortunately. That's a bummer.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Hope you can at least hang around the chat still, dude. But if not, hey, Merry Christmas and thanks for trying to come on with us. All right.
Peace out, Herman.
Merry
Anything else you
Christmas.
guys want to add, or shall we continue with the Glimmerleaf?
Continue. Firedale?
All right.
And
The
Herman,
gaze locked
Kahuna
onto
can witness. The book is next to your book is next to me. I bought your books.
She has never picked it up before. It's still in the package, but you know.
Whatever.
And Herman, I just finished reading Revenant and the Tomb, and I'm hoping to write up a review here in the next week or two.
It's not. I know. I've talked about this book before, but it's one of my IronAge favorites, man. I freaking love that book.
Well,
Straight
without
up.
me saying too much, I just think it's a solid book all around.
Buy his book, guys.
And I can't help but wonder, would Halcedric's sword start lighting up with the magic around that Sciomancer of yours, Otter? If not the Sciomancer, I'm sure it would for the demons, but the Sciomancer
Definitely
himself?
for the demons. Hell, for the Sciomancer, probably.
Most likely, yeah.
Depends on what if he's channeling at the moment or not.
Well, the Psyomancer is just kind of a creepy dude in general.
Yeah, he has a lot of that energy stuck to him. You could tell just by the way he is. He's nasty.
Yeah.
Guy.
Shoot, Otter's book is right there on the top shelf.
Actually, yeah. I like the Stitch reading book too. That's cute. That's adorable.
You hear that, Otter? Your book is top shelf.
Oh yeah.
And Stitch is reading it. No.
No, Stitch is reading Ugly Duckling. Okay, back to Glimmerleaf.
All right. Maji, no talking. I don't want to hear your voice at all through this, okay?
I make no promises.
A sliver of escape.
Translate.
Without a moment's hesitation, she sprang into action. Behind her, the menacing red worm pursued, its gaping maw threatening to devour the desperate gnome. Its enormous form writhed and twisted. Its segmented body pulsated like a river of bloodthirsty intent. Gwendolyn's fingers brushed against the damp walls of the crevice, her senses heightened to a feverish pitch. The sensation of cool moisture against her skin was a stark contrast to the searing heat of the worm's breath that licked at her heels. Gwendolyn's gaze shifted to her satchel as she ran, where a weathered wooden bottle nestled among her supplies. She withdrew the container and a makeshift tool she had fashioned earlier, its end wrapped in a cloth soaked in a flammable concoction. Her heart thrummed with a mix of fear and resolve as she struck a stone against the cavern wall, sending a shower of sparks onto the cloth. The crevice had led her to a hidden enclave, a secret haven shielded by the unforgiving landscape. Her chest heaved as she turned to face the opening, her eyes widening as the worm's monstrous head thrust into the passage. Jaws snapping shut just inches away. The flames danced and flickered like tiny warriors, casting eerie shadows against the creature's face. Gwendolyn took a step back, sipping a bitter liquid from the wooden container. With a swift
nice with the
exhale, she leaned
slurpy
forward,
sounds there,
spitting
James.
a stream of fire onto the approaching creature. Its massive form heaved and twisted, tearing itself away from the searing intensity of the bright flame. Its movements, while pained and laborious, forged an unexpected path, a perilous trail that Gwendolyn could potentially exploit. Heart pounding, she wasted no time, dashing forward with a newfound burst of energy. As she emerged from another cramped tunnel, Gwendolyn knew she couldn't keep evading the creatures forever.
You know, I was being a smart ass and said, Maji, I don't want to hear your voice. And then I played a whole section where you had no speaking parts. Ruined the whole joke. No, but the voice of Glimmerleaf here is our very own Maji Chan. Maji, take a bow for that voice acting we didn't hear in that section.
No, that's fine.
No, she
Get
did
an
a full bow. She did a Japanese bow. She did a backflip, landed on the floor in a bowing position. That's how.
I wish I was that nimble. Damn.
Can we get an honorary Jewish space lasers for Maji?
Absolutely.
Jewish space lasers.
No, let's go for the full-blown thing. Here we go.
Jewish space lasers.
There's the button.
And when she says it.
Jewish space lasers.
Out of 10.
Jewish space lasers.
Wait.
Space lasers.
I was there for that. I don't remember being there for that. Like, I just saw the dude there, so I was there.
Are like with her? I can't help but like get either creeped out or zone out whenever she starts speaking.
What?
You're probably blocking out the memory. It's so bad.
Oh, look, it's a wild tipsy soul.
Hustle.
Yeah, with a new microphone,
I
I probably
have
sound a
no
little
idea
different.
What that stands
Oh,
for.
yeah, you do.
Your audio sounds great.
Yeah?
HUSL, is that what?
What do you know? When you pay like $100 for a microphone, it's a little better than a $15
trippy,
piece of
yeah.
crap.
Something Jewish space lasers. I'm just taking a guess.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Trippy, you're so clear. I can hear you.
I know, right? What a concept.
I want to hear a big fat bong rip before the stream is over.
I have a feeling he's soul right now.
Well, anyway, folks, as you can see, this right here. This is like a full freaking episode right here. It's about 45 minutes, an entire book laid out, nice sound effects. James, what do you say? It took you about, after you learned what to do, it took you about 40 hours to put it together?
Probably around there, maybe. It's hard to say. It all blurs together after a while, but I just went for it. And I want to make a lot more of these for all the stories I've released. This is an updated version of the story, Glimmerleaf. And I'm gonna update them all slowly and roll these out. And I'm excited.
Right.
And I hope.
And I just put the link to that in the chat.
It was really good. I was like blown away. There's great production on it,
and their bikes, so they drag their bikes through here.
and I thought that was Maji. I'm like, wait, was that Maji?
Yes, it is.
I really like the production. The prose is also really polished and everything. Just all around really solid.
And I really like this font you
Chickens
made.
and sea bass.
That's just really cool looking. It
Yes,
works
that's
perfectly with that
probably,
background.
That's one of my favorite covers right now of my own covers that I've made so far. I really enjoy
The
this.
art throughout the story, like if you guys look at the PDF file and stuff, he has art images of some of the events that's going on throughout the story. It's actually really good.
You showed off one a while back of the mouse riding its steed, so to say.
Well, no, the Glimmerleaf
Yeah.
riding her mouse. Well,
That is that is in the PDF along with I believe an extra 4 other art images for people to enjoy. It's all in the PDF. It's a free download, so people can enjoy that if you don't just want to read right off of this. And it's a lovely formatted PDF. So it's not just an audio story, but something for you to read along with. A lovely digital gift from me to you this Christmas.
I honestly think what you should do, because you got so many short stories, is compile them and get them all published into a
collection.
I thought about that, but they're a bit too diverse in genre right now. They need more
cohesion.
Yes, more cohesion between them. They're very diverse in genre.
There are some that do that, and I've read some. Some of those are more enjoyable because after a while, like if you're reading a themed collection, it kind of gets very samey after a while, even if it's written by very different people.
It's like
But either way,
my first story is a kingdom under attack, swords and sandals fantasy. And then my second story is a cyberpunk bank robbing story. And yet they take place in the same world. How? That's because my world is exactly a world without end, and it's tied very well together, I think, and it's all tied through the one thing that actually brings us all together and keeps us all apart: prejudice.
There you go.
Their belly buttons look different than mine. We can't associate.
I think
Also,
Royce touched on.
I like to do ASMR on accident.
Royce touched on this
No,
on
you're-
Sunday. He had that one comment saying that you got to write a good story first before you build the world. And it's like, no, you don't. You got to have your world and then pull the stories from it. James is a perfect example of that.
Well, I
He's
think
got his
both can
world
work.
set up.
Some people go story first and let the world kind of expand out from that. Some people go setting first, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tricky business. You can easily kind of go down several rabbit holes while no story comes out of it. But the idea is you're kind of taking one idea, building a setting around it, and you don't have everything, but you answer so many questions, and all of a sudden a story starts forming in your head. You go from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
what
problem
happened with me anyway.
I think
See,
the
lucky
problem
for
with starting
me-
with an idea and building a world around it is that you can find yourself wanting to do something like world building wise, and then finding out that like you've restricted yourself because you originally started off with one story and the world built around that.
See, I was lucky. I had the idea for the world in my head long before Haley was a thought. So that made it easy. I already knew most of the rules. I mean, a lot of them had to get tweaked as I wrote, and I figured out exactly how everything was going to be. But for years, I drove around doing deliveries, just from taking all these different ideas. I'm like, how would it all fit together? And I built a physics system in my own head. I never even thought or intended to do anything with it. It was just ideas in my head, and it just so when the idea for Haley came along, I already had a world for her to play in.
Well, yeah, Wrangler. I read the opening for your second book there on that reading stream a while back, or no, that's actually on your stream a while back.
Yeah,
and it was very creative. It felt very genuine. It felt very original, but also obviously pulling from a lot of different kind of known areas of mythology and history. I thought it was really, really cool. I'm like, he's clearly thought about this setting quite a bit. Like he's gone down the rabbit holes of rabbit holes.
Yeah,
in this venture.
When you spend years behind the wheel by yourself and your mind gets hooked on stuff, it turns into things like this.
And yeah, I used to do that too, but and then I discovered audiobooks. I'm like, okay, while I'm driving for hours a day, I can get a lot of books read. Any supremacist. Or it's like that episode of Rick and Morty. We have regular nipples. Kill them.
But yeah, like Kahuna, you were talking a little bit about how stories can get a little restrictive, like if you come up with a different story for a world. That's why I think some of the best settings out there, they'll go with a very simple idea, but it's like different stories, hell, even different series, kind of go at different angles with it. Like Star Wars is literally just, what if you had magic and wizards in space? That's literally it. It's asking that one question and just running with it.
And as we know, every Star Wars writer has done a great job in that world that they've made. Every single one.
That said, some
James,
settings.
What Herman's got down there?
Let me go ahead and read this.
He says, I'm very serious when I say that Glimmerleaf story could easily be traditionally published middle grade story. You should seriously consider taking that character to make a book.
Oh, thank you, Herman.
I agree. I mean, Glimmerleaf, you have her beginning, that first little part, gives her a goal, gives her a chapter. You're going to extend on her story because you literally ended on a cliffhanger. I bet you if you were to take all of her story completely written out, it could easily make a young adult novella or even a children's novella.
Well, thank you. I'll definitely have to think about that. Maybe take it. I'm take all these comments seriously. But for sure, that's the interesting thing is not all these characters come back and affect the world in some way or actually populated in it. And I think what I like about Glimmerleaf is it actually does combine the fantastical with the hard science fiction pretty well once the contact is made in the third act there. I'm not sure. I'd love to see what people think about the story as a whole, those who have never read it before. I'd love
Well, not only that, but you even tiptoe into the horror genre.
Indeed, you're right. Yeah, with the villain, if you will, with the villain. There's a lot there. I don't want to spoil any of it, but for anybody who hasn't checked it out, please, I'd love to get your opinions. You can find me on the building.
I hope I didn't spoil anything.
I don't think you have at all because no, you haven't. It's great.
No,
yeah,
this is just a genre.
That's the thing I like about horror is you can, depending on the context of the story, you can make and the way you write it, you can make anything seem horrifying, depending on the context of the story. And this character being small enough to ride a mouse, a lot of things that are very ordinary to someone like you or I could turn into a horror story for a creature that small.
Absolutely.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Littles, the show I used to watch when I was a kid.
And that was kind of it, as I wanted to take this very classical and lovely and kind-hearted creature and put him in like a dark area and give him a grand task. Thank you, Herman. That's actually a lot of praise, and I really appreciate it. Coming from a great author like Herman here. I've read both your books, got them on audiobook. Great things.
That brings up something else too. That's something I'm going to challenge more people to do in this next year for those who have published works and or the interest. We need more audiobooks in the Iron Age, because it's a tremendous market out there, because there's a lot of Iron Age stories kind of appeal to a more masculine kind of fit person, and a lot of men like to listen to audiobooks. I feel like there's a missing kind of link there.
Well, that's what I'm learning from Royce, and even here Wrangler said they don't really have the time to sit down and read a book, especially during the day job. They drive around a lot during the day. That's a perfect time to just have an audiobook and listen to a story.
Hell, when I was beta reading Wrangler's book, yes, I'm Wrangler's beta. I'm sorry. But when I was beta reading Wrangler's book, when I didn't have time to actually read, because I have a voice AI for my
Microsoft 360.
Yeah, I use the voice AI to read back to me to make sure things are all right. So I had made that read it to me, and then when something felt wrong, I paused it, went back and reread it, so that I could make sure that I was covering Wrangler's book thoroughly.
There you go.
Yeah, because when you're listening along and you have an italics and you have an italics to convey it's being thought instead of spoken. And then when you're in that mode, you can't distinguish the italics as clearly from the regular text when you're in that read mode. And so she's like, "You're missing quotes here. You're missing quotes here." I'm like,
"No,
I know the screen she was on, so the italics does not stand out so well when you're in that read out loud mode."
Yeah, but it also helped too, because I was following, like, there were some parts where I was following along and reading at the same time to make sure the voice and stuff were. I was very thorough with making sure Wrangler's book sounded good.
And
it's good,
and it was a help,
smart.
definitely. Because a few times it was like, "Oh yeah, I did screw up there." She caught a few of them. Garham caught a few too, of course. And then Gino, aka King Bob, he
King Bob's invaluable.
Yeah, he helped me get so much polish on that. It's like there are scenes where, when you're writing something, you have the scene in your head, so you tend to fill in blanks in your own mind when you're reading what you wrote, thinking, "Oh, it's obvious because you thought it up." But someone who didn't have that in their head is going to read it, and there are details missing you just don't realize. And then something as simple as a deputy taking a chair from in front of his desk and moving it over in front of the sheriff's desk to give one of the girls another seat. I screwed up the wording on that so bad, it looked like he pulled a chair out from the wall or something stupid. I don't know. It was like, you got to fix that. I went back and read it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
He obviously took the chair out of the wall actively.
He
I mean, he didn't say out of the wall, but I mean, it seemed, I wrote it so wonky it was bad. And he was like, "Dude, fix that."
Well, to be fair, Wrangler, trying to self-edit your own writing, most people, it takes a lot of work to learn how to do that. Most people need another set of eyes at least.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
It's real easy if you're self-editing to kind of go in this spiral where you're always editing something. It's never good enough. And it's 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, it's best to have at least one other person take a look at it.
Yeah,
and just the way you word things is different from other people, so it's subjective in that nature. And if you're always approved of your own subjective wording, you're going to like it all the time. But other people may not understand it. It needs to be more objective, so you need more people seeing it.
Well, in the case of King Bob
Inevitable.
or Gino, oh, sorry, not trippy. I didn't.
No, go ahead.
In the case of King Bob and Gino, or Gino, I call him Gino, but for him, I hired him to help me with my proofreading, because he's very grounded, where I am very imaginative. So when I write, it's very imagery, very whatnot. And Gino's like, why? Just say this. So we actually balanced each other out. And when this thing is finally done, I'm going to give him credit. He's not quite a co-writer, but pretty damn close. He is definitely going to get something in the thank you page.
That's what I keep
You
saying.
should have a
Developmental
page of
editor.
betas in the back.
I did.
Hail
actually
Swords
have
and
some-
Starships in the chat. He says, ahoy and Merry Christmas all. Thank you,
Merry
Captain
Christmas.
Garrett. Yeah, and guys,
Merry Christmas.
I got to put his link in the chat. Swords and Starships. He has an excellent channel. His Sunday streams on at 4 p.m. Eastern. It usually starts. He puts on an excellent show, and it's a lot of fun. You got to check that out. I'll drop the link.
That
to
man
his
has
channel.
far more stamina than I see most other streamers have. Like he can go 4 hours, no problem.
I think
Typically,
he did,
his
what,
streams
5
last
yesterday?
5. Yes, close to it.
For me, it depends on like what I'm doing. If I'm just kind of messing around or like talking or gaming, like I can go for forever. But like if I'm doing like the whole reading thing, I can't do that forever, man. I start losing it towards the end. I'm sure some of you have seen it.
You know what? I am going to make King Bob a co-writer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I've just
Have you ever
decided.
seen me? I lose my sanity an hour in. I lose my sanity in 10 minutes in half the time.
Dude, if the cat hops in your stuff, you're instantly gone.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
done.
can't lose
So,
what you never had to begin with.
This is true. So yeah, hats off to Captain Garrett. He does a wonderful podcast.
Yeah. He has as much energy at the end of the stream as he had at the beginning, and it's just a natural flow of conversation the whole way through. It's just the presentation is top notch.
It's hard to be able to talk for that long for most people.
I could barely
You
talk
don't
2
like me
minutes.
calling him a co-writer. I think I'm going to call him a co-conspirator.
Did
Yeah.
y'all see?
That feels
Go
right.
ahead.
Do it.
Did y'all see? The
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna give him credit as co-conspirator because he probably will not like me calling him a co-writer.
But
Definitely
beta's
saying
fine.
he's willing to pay extra for short message in his signature. He says $8 extra to write Evely. You mid F off love blank. I want that. Oh, also check out Captain Garrett's book, Blood and Oak.
I've
You
heard
read
that
that,
name.
right?
I think it's on my Amazon list. I need to buy it.
It's on the list. There's a lot of things on the list.
Okay, I
Well,
thought somebody on the panel had read it already. Maybe not. I thought one of us had gotten to it, but
Nope.
we're gonna.
We'll get there. Don't worry, Captain. We're all nerds.
Oh,
You should see our iron file. I mean, Kuna could see it from here.
Oh, I'm
Don't worry,
looking at
Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
I'm looking at
How
the
many
cover
more
for
covers?
Blood and Oak
Like,
right now. The cover is incredible.
Oh,
Yes.
those are the ones to be read. The ones I'm
Oh.
reading are either in my room or right there.
okay.
Piles. Yeah, I'm looking at the pile of book I got right now. Books.
It makes me every time I see a Iron Age pile, it makes me smile. But it makes me very happy that I bought that rolling red shelf. I'm like, it makes organizing like all my French and Japanese and then my Iron Age books so much easier, man.
Tim Allen says he's researching vampires, werewolves, demons, archangels, history, and forming it all into my story. Yes, awesome. I had to go down quite a few of those paths myself to put things together. It could be very interesting when you find your balance.
Tim, you need
that.
that. If you add Transformers into that, then you'll have Evangelion.
Oh, that's what I need to add into my world.
Giant stompy
Trans?
robots.
Yeah, I need giant Japanese robots from outer space. I guess that would mean they're not technically Japanese.
Well, technically, the original Transformers weren't Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were what was Diaclone, I think.
If they have like all their own yeah.
Yeah, no, the original Transformers wasn't Japanese. It was after they killed Optimus Prime and tanked the franchise in the U.S. Hasbro transferred it to Japan because they knew they could make more money off of it after Gundam's success.
They
Mechas
finally,
in Japan.
they finally
that doesn't-
brought Prime back, but it was too late.
Yep, it was too late. By then, the franchise was already tanked. See, that's what happens when you listen to your fans, you know.
It's hard
Well,
to get
what
the balance.
what didn't help was that
they want versus something new too.
in the middle of season 3, they brought him. They kind of, sort of, not really brought him back, and then made it look like they made it impossible for him to come back until they showed
Well, yeah,
that
but by
GI
then
Joe
so many
kid who
people
went and saved his body or
Rodimus.
something.
Like, what was the first Transformers thing?
It was
Like,
Diaclone
Like the first thing, was it a
transforming
toy, or did they come
cars.
out with toys first, or did they have a
Toys
book or a
The
show
toys
first?
first. The
The
toys
GoBots
existed
were
first.
the GoBots were technically before the Transformers. Then Hasbro saw the GoBots and said we could do better.
But it was a Diaclone toy line of transforming vehicles, but they were just vehicles. They didn't have names. They didn't have backstories. None of that. That was actually handed over to Marvel writers to do, because Marvel got the comics, so they had to come up with the names of all the characters, their factions, the backstory, the personalities. That was actually Marvel comics writers, back before they were all whack jobs.
When they weren't hacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just revealed how nerdy I am, so
Yeah. Again,
I kind of outed
very
myself
good.
there as well. Iron Age piles make me smile. 80s musical tagline.
So, Emily, how do you picture it? You picture it like early death metal or what?
Wait, Swords and Starships says, I'm considering doing my own audiobook of my second book, but the thought is intimidating. Not sure if my voice acting would be good enough.
See, that's why I got a microphone, because I could do voice acting. Lord Otter can confirm that.
Too bad too bad Herman's not on stream at the moment, because Captain Garrett Herman's got a couple of audiobooks out, and he's been through the process a few times. We've discussed it a bit on here, but yeah, well, yeah, James, you pretty much just created an audiobook.
There we go. Perfect.
Yes. It definitely was a process of just, well, the route that I take, let's put it this way. My narrator is 100% AI generated.
Yeah.
It came out pretty good considering that.
Yeah, I was actually kind of impressed. I'm like, that's AI, but man, it's actually pretty smooth.
Is that the same voice you used for the I forget his name, the King of the Undead there?
Yes, for the original one.
Yes.
I'm
trying to remember the name of that story.
I don't think I actually gave that one a name, did I? It was a very short story. It was more so just like this flash fiction that I turned into audio, and I posted it on SoundCloud like months ago, and I just left it there. I don't even remember what it's called, but that's kind of where the concept came from, and I was playing with it for a while, and then I finally went for it, and then I used the voice to generate the audio, and it cost me like roughly $200 to get it done wholly. But I tried, well, the rest of the voice actors, I say I had three AI voices generated in there, and about 3 to 4 voice actors. I say it's kind of hard to remember because I literally just crashed course all this and ran with it, but I did have a background knowing kind of audio files and audio software and things of that nature. So I would say if you want to start off anywhere, start just researching audio to begin with and familiarize yourself with the variety of pathways forward, because everything's becoming much more acceptable. Or
Read out, could you check the private chat, please?
Are you a mod? You can't invite him unless you're a mod.
You know what you should do, James?
Hold on one moment.
What's up, Billy?
Do a Dagoth type of story and have him as the AI narrator.
Well, when you want to release them, you can't actually use those for monetization. I had to the original voice Wrangler was talking about was actually a clone of Christopher Lee. And this voice, if you listen to it, is actually a little bit different because I had to generate a voice as close as I absolutely could based off of another voice. And that was as close as I could get.
How are you building this stuff?
And
It's
read
a
out, did you see the
program.
chat?
I'm working on it now. I'm relearning how to use Discord. It's been a while. I'm gonna
Okay.
get there.
It's this online software called 11 Labs that allows you to clone voices or use their already generated voices. And they recently released some software that I am excited for, where it essentially just mimics your cadence of your voice, but kind of generates it using one of their separate voices. So one person could possibly be a voice actor for 6 or 7 different characters, male and female.
That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been playing around with that a little bit, and that's what I want to start messing with in the future. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. But that's an option that that's the path that I went down. If you liked what you heard there. But nonetheless, I did have a background already, or a familiarity with the audio software. And I'd say that's what you're definitely going to need before you even delve into that, is, learn as much about audio as you can.
Yeah. Well, obviously you learned a lot because it paid off, and it sounds great. Great production.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. And there's going to be a lot more to come.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask both you and Herman about it as well. I do have plans down the line to make an audio version for my book. So
I would say if I did have the money for hiring a voice actor, I would, except the voice actor is going to cost you a lot of money. If you're a narrator, a lot of money for, like, oh man, if you want to do an entire book, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Link will be in your Discord messages, Garrett.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The I think something glitched out on the Substack. I was trying to listen to it, and I was fast forwarding, and all of a sudden it just stopped playing. It like snapped to the end, and it wouldn't play again. I don't know if anyone else had that experience, but it was kind of frustrating. I wanted to listen to it and glitched out.
I hope Substack's not messing up. That would suck.
Yeah, just FYI, I had that experience.
Evelyn Music asked, how much is a lot? 2K, 8K?
In all honesty, it depends on the actor.
And the word count, yeah.
Their experience, the word count, the time.
And the quality.
I mean, personally, I'd probably break it down to like how many words you could put out in a minute, then how much time that takes an hour, then try to break into an hourly rate.
From what I've heard,
Since I'm an
a
amateur,
lot
it'd
of
be
it
like
depends
15
on
an
the
hour.
overall amount of time that the finished MP3 or .wav file takes. So if it's like 8 hours, then you're being charged by the hour for it.
It takes time, multiple
It
takes.
does.
I mean,
well, it's per finished hour usually. That's what I'm hearing.
and even when I'm, testing out my chops here at it and reading books out loud in my apartment, I notice how I like flub lines, and you got to go back and read it perfectly. It's very easy to flub.
Oh yeah, no. Try reading a news story for the first time, especially when there are occasional spelling mistakes too.
Yeah, that's right. You're doing the same thing, right? You're trying to practice, get out and speak out loud more, read and hear yourself.
And there's
instead of
already
just
an
being in your
improvement
head.
in your delivery, Kahuna.
Oh, yeah, no. Like 100 times better.
Like I said, the
good.
more you do
Unless it was
the
really, really bad. No.
it
was
you
really
do it, the better you get.
Yeah, it's like a muscle.
Poor
Condition yourself.
James had to listen to my narration. I felt so bad for those beginning takes. I ended up sending like 3 different videos on some of them.
As Captain Garrett of Swords and Starship, if you would like to join, there is a link in your Discord private message.
I was going to ask if Stars and Swordship was in our Gilded. Make it pretty easy.
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen,
Just
unless
join the
he's in there
guild.
by a different name.
Yeah, unless he's going by some sort of alias. Yeah, no, like this next year, I had this idea of trying to get a studio started, like with different collaborators for audio work, and see about making a group that can help people kind of put together audiobooks. I have no idea how to do it, but it's something I've kind of thought about.
Oh, James, didn't you want to try to do a radio program show? Were you the one calling up with that idea?
Possibly. You have to go into more detail. Like an audio drama.
Audio drama, like multiple actors and a narrator. So that'd be like one guy narrating the story, and then the actors pipe in and do basically like an old time radio show, but updated for podcast. I mean, I'm sure it's still being done.
Yeah, I'm definitely working. I'm gonna work on those. This is like not too dissimilar, except it's just the writing format is different. Is all. It's basically as the writing format. The dramatized audiobooks are exactly that. It's every word in the audiobook. But a audio drama is it's a scripted audio play, so you don't have to all that extra narration. You will have narration, just not that much that you would in an entire book.
Mm-hmm. Christy has joined us. Merry Christmas, Christy.
Merry Christmas, Christy. Yeah, no, it's interesting too. Like when it's everybody voicing a whole bunch of different characters, like a full cast kind of thing. It's all up to you just have to focus on your individual performance versus just one guy narrating an audiobook. Sorry. And then that they have, like when you're doing that, you have to be able to voice men, women, and then also have a good like basic narration voice.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whole different ball game.
And I was trying it out with reading Arch Snow's book here, and trying to narrate it with my own voice, and then doing like some sort of southern twang with the characters, and then trying to go between the two. Really freaking hard.
Oh, switching voices can be.
That book should be read by Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My problem is I haven't spent that much time down south. I don't know what southern I know what movie southerners sound like, and I have friends who sound southern, but I'm like
me.
Well, there's different varieties of southern accents too.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing like Louisiana when it's Texas. Texas, I'm sure would be offended by that.
Like I was raised around kind
Florida,
of like
Georgia type dialect.
Yeah, there's like Georgia, there's Tennessee, there's Texas, there's all sorts of different inflections based on where you are.
So I'm
well,
not going to
Texas
say
is
who
more
it was.
western than southern.
I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody I talked to recently, Otter knows. Boy, I could recognize the Tennessee.
I know who you're talking about.
My grandpa's family's from South Carolina, like right there on the border. And oh my gosh, even with the hole where he had a trach surgery, you could still hear the southern draw in the robot voice.
I would say the Carolina, Georgia version of the southern accent is probably the thickest, most standout of all of them.
Tennessee can be pretty thick too.
What about the Florida Panhandle? You get some wacky weird ass in there.
I mean, true. I haven't spent quite as much time in the Florida Panhandle to fully notice it, but I have heard some of it. I know what you're talking about.
My buddy, he showed me like some he showed me footage from his like family and friend like kind of reunion they had over there when he went back, and he's like, "This sounds like a freaking movie, dude. It's not real."
Oh, easy for you to
Christian,
say.
but
I spent a week
some
talking to
Floridians-
Grandpa, and I have it again.
Some Floridans sound like fucking Californians that don't have an accent.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird. Florida is
Depends on where
an
you're at
upside
in the
down.
state.
Well, Florida gets a lot of people moving there from around the world, around the states. So.
Yep.
Especially lately.
Yeah.
Well, a chick I went to high school with, she was from Florida, like born and raised in there, and she had no fucking accent whatsoever.
People from
Flow Rider.
Well, there's lots of areas of Florida where it's just a regular general American accent rather than this. You actually have to go north to get south in Florida. You'll find most of those accents like in the Panhandle area.
What the heck does West Virginia accent sound like?
But the further down you go, it's like the quicker they lose it.
Read out. Look it up.
West
Also, I'm still
Virginia.
popping my bubble wrap.
All I know about West Virginia is that
I have to
everybody
look
who
things
has
up,
lived
and
there
you get
says
to pop
don't
bubble
move
wrap.
there.
Okay.
Yes.
I forgot what movie it was from. It was one of those dumb movies that was absolutely stupid, but it had, that one good line in the whole movie. He's like, "Bring me my stress blanket." They unroll this giant thing of bubble wrap, and he wraps himself up, popping it.
I've seen that scene. I don't know if I've seen the movie, but I've seen that scene. Give me my stress blanket.
It was the best. It was the only thing I liked about the damn movie. I can't remember what the name is.
I was like, there's nothing to like about the movie Skinwalkers, but I laughed the entire time. We need to do a script reading of Skinwalkers, the straight to screenplay story or screenplay script by Stephen King. It is one of the worst pieces of trash ever put to film. And
We could do it chapter by chapter.
Anyways,
about the whole thing.
I'm having flashbacks of immortal gothic vampires.
This might be it's different, but I think this might be as bad or worse.
Stop flaming, Kay. Or you are the prep.
In
You
short,
should learn to keep your hands to yourself. So here's one of yours.
XXX XXX XXX.
So Rita, when are we
Thank
doing a
you,
reading of
Raven,
Skinwalkers on your channel?
Oh, there's too much pain on that channel. That'll be down the road.
we could do it on mine too. That's fine.
Your
fine.
poor channel needs a break. It's never gonna get off the ground.
Here's the thing: we still got to do the.
Oh, Christy, you've seen that movie? Also, Christy, have you noticed how many stars are in that movie? It's like star-studded. He called in every favor he had in Hollywood.
I know of 2 movies called Skinwalkers. One of them was released in the early 2010, around 2010. The other one is okay. They're both bad.
Yeah,
Skinwalker.
The one I'm thinking of is either early 90s or late 80s. I can't remember. Might be more like early to mid 90s. I don't know when it came out.
I think it was like 90. No, 92. Wow. Look, it's the only time you're going to see, I think, is it Joe Dante, Toby Hooper, John Landis, and Stephen King like all show up within like the matter of 1 minute. Why?
Oh, and then
because
that movie.
The only thing
so
I remember
trash.
liking about the whole movie was when all these like horror directors and like noted horror figures just appear in one scene. And it's like this was made expressly to have this happen.
And then Ron Perlman and Maji, you'd like that movie. That you can kill the alien invaders by cat scratching.
Yes,
cat scratches make them catch on fire. It's canonical.
Read out. I rewatched.
This was
Sleeping
during
Hollow,
King's
and I forgot that.
Worst case of cat scratch fever we ever saw.
Yes. Such a weird movie.
Oh, in short about the West Virginia accent, and this is really rough, but the northern half of the state, you're going to have a lot of like a mixture of like Scott Irish and German, a lot of stuff coming out from Pennsylvania because that's what's north of it predominantly, and settlers that were coming through Pennsylvania were Germanic going toward Ohio. But as you go,
Carol can hold the phone.
So essentially you have the Yinzer accent in parts of northern West Virginia, but as you get to the central and southern half, that's when the Appalachian fully kicks in.
So which version would the West Virginia Mothman speak with?
Oh God! Well, technically that'd be the Ohio River Valley, but that's also like the very south. That is I think it is one of the most extreme southwestern edges of the state. So I don't know.
So that's why he was chasing cars around down there. He's like, "Come on back, yo! I'm attracted to your headlights."
That was a good
he
video.
is them
by the way.
off.
Those make mine so much easier though.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed watching me ramble for 50 minutes in front of a camera, and half of it I forgot a microphone.
Yeah, that's funny.
Wait, so there's no sound?
No, there's sound. You'll see that the video is.
He found his microphone.
Yeah,
he just found his microphone.
It's titled "My Mothman Madness" for a reason because that video was pure madness. I'm like, look, my mind's on this. There's a bunch of stuff I want to say, and I don't know how to properly organize it. So we're gonna rant. Hey, look who's joined us. He's
Wow, he's got a proper background.
Oh wow!
Merry Christmas,
Ahoy.
Captain Garrett. Welcome to the Wing It.
Over here.
But he doesn't have a mask like we do.
Welcome aboard.
From a galaxy far, far away.
Indeed.
I like how he's on the camera and we're all in the shadows.
Howdy, Garrett. How's it going, man?
Going good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfectly.
You sound good.
I'm good.
All right, cool. I can't stay long. I kind of have family stuff going on, but hey,
They don't
I'm
matter.
hanging out with some cool people.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Glad you stopped by.
I want to catch one of your streams, man, but you're Eastern time and I'm West Coast, so like by the time you start streaming, I'm still in the middle of working.
I catch him during lunch.
I hear you. I understand. I'm just glad anyone wants to listen to me talk. My family's glad too because I have.
Well, you're good at it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. What are we talking about?
We're winging it.
Yeah.
Right now, we were actually talking about the West Virginia Mothman.
Has anyone seen that movie with Richard Gere, The Mothman?
Yes,
a long time ago.
Mothman
Yeah.
Prophecies.
I love
Probably right
that
when
movie.
it came out, actually.
I adore
I
it
need to
as
see it
well.
again.
It is
super
actually not
creepy.
that bad. Yes, Injured Cold.
Oh, it also counts as a Christmas film. I'm playing that role.
Is that we doing that?
Christmas has no standards
Die Hard,
anymore.
we have to count Mothman,
Hey,
right?
hey, there's Christmas trees, Christmas
Oh, look,
decorations.
is it cold
Richard Gere-
outside? Is it in December? Okay.
No,
it's
no,
Christmas.
no.
No,
Richard
no.
Gere's character goes back to Point Pleasant so he can take part in a Christmas party, and
See?
that's how he gets involved in the finale of the film. So, see, I
thought
think
he
it has a
just
lot more
magically
substance.
showed up there.
No, that's the start of the movie.
To the chat. Ahoy all.
Yeah, they're worthy. They're worthy of a salute. Yeah, not us, but them for sure.
No, yeah.
So,
the chat-
Captain, while you're here, would you like to talk a little bit about Blood and Oak?
Oh, geez, you gonna put me on the
please.
spot, Wrangler?
Yeah, I want to hear about
Absolutely.
this bloody
That's
oak of
what we
yours.
do.
Yeah. So,
I
so
hate
the,
to break it to you, but like half the chat are published guys. You might as well.
Yeah,
I know. I might as well. Like, that's a lot of pressure. So yeah,
I know
it's
nothing about it.
basically-
I could chill it for you.
Yeah, it takes place during the Barbary Wars. It's a nautical tale, and so when his sister is kidnapped and sold into slavery by the Barbary pirates, a young, daring midshipman goes on a suicidal quest for rescue and revenge. And and there's 2 books in the series. The 2 books are kind of a season 1 of the story, is kind of how I look at it. And it's meant to be classic, swashbuckling pirates, navy battles with cannons, ships of the line. And, Redoubt, I know you're a big American history fan. One of the things I love about it is that it really focuses on kind of the build up to the War of 1812, which was really a naval war. And what's really kind of amazing about American ingenuity at the time is that we knew that we could never compete with the navies of France and England, shortly after the Revolutionary War. So instead, what we did is we had this amazing shipbuilder, Isaac Humphreys, who came up with this idea that we're going to build super frigates, which are going to be big enough to stand toe-to-toe with any ship of their class and fast enough to flee if they need to. And they were just kind of top-notch technology. They were based on French ship design, and we modeled our Navy after like British maritime tradition. And really, that's why you have the Constitution to this day is still a ship, the longest serving ship in the Navy. And so I just want to bring that time to life and just like the awesome romantic, romantic in the sense of classic battles, sword fighting. And that Barbary War really was like that. I mean, it really was like boarding a ship. Stephen Decatur was kind of a hero of that war, and he was very good with the sword. So there you go.
It's really cool, man.
I've always
looks
said
sick,
the
by the way.
1790s for the War of 1812. That's the United States. I'd even argue 1790s for the 1860s. It's the United States adolescence, but especially that period of time. And we kind of jump over it in talking about history. We talk about the creation of the country, and then we're talking about the American Civil War and all that's leading to it. It's like there's this whole chapter where we have the first generation of Americans that they're not part of the Revolution era. Like these are guys that grew up hearing stories of the Revolution.
Yes,
and now
Emily,
they decide we're going to go off and do our own cool thing. And well, it had mixed results.
Garrett,
Yeah.
you just made a Readout fangirl. Keep going.
That's right. Yes. More. Well, actually,
That's
what's really
the wine
interesting
talking.
is we kind of think of World War II as like the greatest generation, but before World War II, the War of 1812, what they called Preble's boys, which were Commodore Preble's young Navy officers who won the Barbary War and then went on to command the war against the British in the War of 1812. They became the first greatest generation for like 100 years. And they were kind of the heroes of like the 1800s until kind of World War I and World War II sort of eclipsed that history. But there's a great book, if you're interested, called Ships of Oak, Guns of Iron. And it was one of my major sources of research for this book. And it just tells the tale of the War of 1812. And it's that's what the national anthem, the story of, the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. That is a eyewitness account of the Battle of Fort McHenry, in which the British tried to bomb Baltimore into submission. And the writer of that poem, the eyewitness, was Francis Scott Key, who was a captive civilian who was on one of the British ships, and he was forced to kind of watch until the battle was over. And the British were pretty confident that no one was going to withstand that amount of bombardment, but they did. And the British had to give up the assault. So it's a pretty awesome war, and it's totally forgotten by history. People don't.
No, the story
It's also
of
my favorite DRD in Farscape.
Also, I have to say the guy on the cover of your book looks like he's about to fall in love with a mermaid.
That would be John Sullivan. Yeah, I had the cover artist. That's original art. Pablo Francisco is the artist. He did the cover for that one and the second book. And I actually have 3 more covers already designed.
That's some amazing cover art.
Yeah, I might need to look that guy up. That looks so good, dude.
Yeah, Pablo
close,
Francisco.
Wrangler. You're so close. There we are.
There you go.
Yeah, if you check out the second book, his second cover was even better. And that flag, he nailed the flag, and we worked really great together because I was like, okay, I had a lot of edits. Like, yeah, the flag has to have 15 stars. That would be the period accurate flag, and he was so good. He just brought it to life.
Hey, look, your number count's better than Oppenheimer's.
That's true. That's true. That is quite the error for a Nolan film. I was surprised he missed that.
Yeah, Nolan is usually fairly detail oriented, but can't do everything, I guess.
I mean, technically, he did have a lot of historical errors in Dunkirk as well, but
it's like, but it's so
I didn't
cheap
see that
just to
one.
go to Walmart and grab a pack of small flags from the wave. That's probably what happened.
I mean, read out. It's no. What do you call it? Never mind. Dude, I must be tired.
No, it's probably best not to provoke me of a historically inaccurate film at this hour. Probably not for that.
Like Braveheart?
Oh no, this is the perfect time. I love your historically inaccurate rants.
I mean, trying to get the same margins of accuracy as Braveheart, it's a hard thing to do.
This is
tell me your opinion on the historical accuracy of 10,000 BC.
Oh, I would not even watch it.
All I had to do was so white and pearly.
It was such a dumb concept for a movie. I thought that I didn't even want to watch it. I remember years ago, I was like
it's no Patriot, which basically is
it's 100% accurate.
Yeah, there's no mistakes in the movie.
The Patriot. I actually was I was quite angry because believe me, I love to root against the Brits. And stop here, you're out there. I love to root against the Brits in that movie, but I don't like historical inaccuracy. And the burning of the church pissed me off because that was actually I forget the director of that film.
He cited a World War II attack that the Nazis.
Yes, that was a Nazi war crime. Yeah. That was what that was based on, and it's like
why
the British
citing an event in World War II for the American Revolution.
Yeah, however, it made people think that folks like that back then were just that nasty. Occasionally, you're going to find people who are, but
they can be nasty, but
the British,
they have their
work
lines
with Native American tribes and sicked them on us, and we're happy to let them, the Cherry Valley Massacre, for example, was something that the British kind of incited, which is partly why. In the Declaration of Independence in the Revolutionary War, they cite how the British had incited foreign enemies like the Hessians against. So there were atrocities, but that one was too far in that movie because they never did anything quite that bad. But also, we had Native American allies that we sicked on them too. So to be fair, there was blood on both sides.
They were
It's like it
great
was war or
at
something.
brutal murder. They are tremendous murderers.
No,
That's my
I think
historical
the
review.
Incans had that down to a literal science.
Yeah.
Or was that the Mayans?
Which
Was it both?
Oh, dude,
Yep.
there's a great book by Victor Davis Hanson, who's an amazing historian and a great writer. Also, he has a great book called Carnage and Culture. Okay, and he kind of goes through kind of the major, and it's about Western civilization, and he just talks about how Western civilization has a different method of war, which is a war of annihilation. And he's not morally condoning or condemning it; he's just explaining the difference. And when he talks about the Aztecs, he breaks down the numbers that they uncovered. And like, there was one festival, like, I don't want to call it a festival, but there was one like day of sacrifice where they beat the 1-day record
Shindig.
of Auschwitz. They beat the 1-day record of Auschwitz in like people sacrificed at one point. They were so efficient. So like, yeah, they did have that down to a science.
Well, I mean, if I was trying to stave the apocalypse, I'd sacrifice each of you too.
Right?
Thanks for the warning.
Well, screw you, man.
I thought you'd be happy. It's the apocalypse. Nothing
It's
but,
a-
baby.
You're making
I've seen that apocalypse
Colonel
movie.
Lake.
Didn't look that bad.
You should be helping at the MCU craft heroic arcs with that. That's great logic for that.
Actually, James's writing is way better than those crappy arcs right now. Okay.
What do you mean? The Marvels was the greatest movie of all time.
Somehow they managed to justify turning Wonder Woman trans.
What?
Hey, what do you guys think of Rebel Moon?
I
wanna
didn't see
hear.
that one.
I
seen it
don't know
either.
anything about it other than it exists. That's the only thing I know.
I listened to
Yeah.
some reviews. I heard
Zack
mostly
Snyder.
not that great. A couple of mids. Some said, it's fun watch, but it could have been better. And some people, very few, seem to really be enthralled with it.
From what little I know about it, I think it started out as like a rejected Star Wars script, and then it became its
was.
own movie.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
It was a rejected Star Wars script, which the first thing I heard when I heard that, I'm like, okay, so it's either going to be really good and anti-Kathleen Kennedy, or it's so extreme that even Kathleen Kennedy hated it.
I'm mad either way.
It didn't seem like it was really either. From what I
That's
heard, I
worse.
didn't
That's
see
the
it.
worst thing of all. Not being good or bad, but being mid.
I thought it was awful. I thought it was awful.
I hear it's a Zack Snyder film, and it indulges in a lot of his worst writer's habits.
I think the
Rats.
worst sin of that movie, honest to God, is that the main character was so boring. She had no story. She just was a badass from beginning to end. She had no challenge.
Characters like that.
I thought she reminded me of like kind of like vintage, like she was like Rey. She was like Rey Skywalker a lot. And the sad thing
Don't
was,
say that Skywalker name and Ray in the same
I know
sentence.
that
Hold up,
I
are you
mean
saying
that's
that she didn't
unaffectionately. Trust me.
But wasn't she slightly more likable?
Are you saying
you
they
know
didn't
what?
take
There was no personality for any of the characters in that movie. I think that like he tried to be Joss Whedon with that movie, and he's not Joss Whedon. He tried to be James Gunn, and he's not James Gunn. Like he can't do.
Yeah.
He'll
can't
do just
Rocket
fine if he
Raccoon and
tries to be
Star-Lord
himself.
Well, here's the problem with that is if you're going to have one character that's straight line, like there's no growth, nothing like that, everybody else has to have an arc that they can lean on so that that one guy can be an anchor. And
Yeah, like the Catalyst, you mean?
yeah. And
For
then
the other arcs?
Unfortunately, in this case, with the Mary Sues, because they're absolutely perfect, it allows no development for any of the side characters whatsoever because they're always done so incompetently that they can't develop.
Well,
There's other things you can do too. You can have the physical, like you can have a character that's overpowered in the physical sense, but maybe underdeveloped in the emotional or mental sense, like Saitama from One Punch Man.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
you don't
physical challenge for him in that entire series.
So
And
if
you
if
don't
look
even
at-
have to you don't even have to give all of the characters an arc. That's the other thing. Just so long as they each have different approaches and each of them has different flaws that makes them distinct. It sounds like this movie doesn't even have that.
So there's kind of two. I kind of thought she was going to be a Luke Skywalker character. She starts out kind of like Paul Atreides, actually. It's probably a better comparison. I thought she was going to be like Paul Atreides, someone with a kind of destiny, but she's green. She has to learn. Turns out this is actually a superhero movie. She's a superhero. And the problem is, in order for a superhero film to work, especially if it's not an origin story, which this is not, she's already a superhero. In that case, she needs to have a curse, and the curse has to be working against her. And the problem with the movie is she kind of experiences no challenge. She fights at the very beginning. She fights a little bit against having to fight the bad guys, but then she's like, oh, okay, they're being bad. I'll go ahead and fight them now. And from that point forward, she has no leadership. She has no struggle, no difficulty. She doesn't strategize. She doesn't come up with plans. All these.
Are you sure you didn't see? Are you sure you didn't watch the Marvels?
It's not as bad as the Marvels. No, the Marvels is. I don't know. It's between Marvels and Quantumania for me, the worst film of the year. I can't decide.
I never saw them. We only watched the Marvels because we thought it would be funny to laugh at in person with someone else who hated it, and we were right.
And Stormcrow, to answer your question on Rebel Moon, I consider it 2017 woke, meaning like back when Kathleen Kennedy thought Rey was a great idea and everyone was all about that. It's like Zack Snyder is a time capsule of that era. And it's like, I actually think he's behind the times because this isn't the kind of girl boss they want right now. They want the girl boss that's, you know, Cartman's line. You know what I'm going to say.
I think we have a clip for it, don't we?
Yes, we do. I'm going to it right now.
Put a chick in it. Make her gay.
Right.
There we go.
Zack Snyder, he isn't at that level yet. He's still back in Mad Max Fury Road days where he thinks this is all brand new. I'm gonna have a Charlize Theron kind of badass girl. It's like
I'm waiting for the era of chicks that aren't chicks being the lead.
Thing is, we like those chicks when they write them properly.
When they're written properly, they're great.
The problem is all of this whole I'm a girl boss thing is actually putting female characters behind because it's making everybody so pissed off that they don't even want to deal with them anymore.
One of my favorite fictional characters is Kareth Race from the reimagined Battlestar Galactica series. She's an amazing character. She is a brilliant pilot. She's almost undefeatable as a pilot. But she's also flawed as hell. She's insubordinate. She gets thrown in the brig. She does dumb things. She gets beaten. The admiral has to tell her at one point that your knee is not working properly. You don't have the strength to pilot. You're going to have to sit this mission out. And she fights him about it. And she has to learn leadership. So the point is she's an amazing character who's like a genius pilot. She also has baggage like every other human and has to work through those problems. She's a brilliant character.
I also love flaws
But
like
is she always dressed to pilot?
No, she's a pilot with the heart of a pilot who is dressed.
I love character flaws like that where
I quote that all the time now.
Where they're constantly where they're trying to go past their own limits and they're having to have other characters try and rein them back because they're actively destroying themselves. It's that pride and dedication.
Still haven't seen that.
I love that type of character flaw. It's always fun to see.
I just like my fictional chicks with swords, guns, and or alcoholism. Put all those things together and it works out.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Love
mine's
that
missing the
idea,
alcoholism.
Stormcrow, by the way. Love that idea.
Oh, also, what was the? Oh, there was a book that I think it was a Neil Gaiman. Oh yeah, I was reading whatchamacallit, Good Omens recently, and it's like, and it really called me out. It's like there's a specific group of men out there who, when they see a woman with a long sword on a powerful motorized machine, it does something for them. I'm like, all right, sorry.
You know who's a great example of that is that type of female badass that was really good was in Arcane. Vi, or is it V?
I still haven't seen it.
She's the redhead V. She's a great character, and she's just a brawler. But the story explains why she's like that. You know, she's just a very stubborn person by nature. She's kind of a blunt instrument. I mean, in terms of her, actually, you know what? I thought I was going to hate Dungeons and Dragons, that movie. I was against that movie. I thought it was going to be awful. I go to see it. I actually kind of like it. And Michelle Rodriguez is pretty good in that movie because she literally is not good at anything in life except beating the crap out of people. And it actually works really well for her character.
I thought she was going to be terrible in that movie, but that role
But at the
suited her
same time,
perfectly.
the rest of the cast was balanced enough to make it so that it was tolerable. And that's a problem with a lot of these movies. They don't do that.
Yeah,
The thing we have to remember is that when people say we don't like female characters, they are creating an opinion that we don't have. It's like nobody has that opinion. It's like, or at least generally speaking, there might be exceptions. But the
what we're
opinion-
saying is we don't like your
it's
female
just James over
character.
here. No, just kidding.
Oh, dude, no. You put a femme fatale right there in a story. Oh, I'm totally down.
Yeah, 100%.
I love femme fatale characters so much.
Merry Christmas, RH Snow.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Man,
And an
Merry
otter
Christmas.
new year.
Merry Christmas.
Snow, just in case you're here in Kahuna and you're not seeing him, that's because he's actually at my place right now.
It took me a second to figure that one
Like
out
a
too.
good Nada.
She's like,
He didn't- he didn't-
beaver.
No, he didn't want me alone for Christmas.
Oh, that's nice. But for some reason, I just picture Kahuna like kind of in a corner, like on a chair, like being told to sit there.
Actually, I'm her footrest actively. If you
There you
want.
go. Yeah. I'm wondering where the whip is.
When he's not as the footrest, he's in his timeout corner. That's just how it works.
Oh, God.
She forces me to wear the Grinch mask.
Whatever.
Yeah, like a good beta.
Let's see,
Fritz, well,
can we see
I-
that Grinch mask again?
I
Oh, yeah,
regret
give us
I
a sec.
must
Yeah,
run.
in a
though.
second. This is a bit of a production.
Go ahead,
regret-
Captain.
I gotta run, but I'd love to hang out with you guys next time if you're hanging out. So
We go live Mondays at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
all right, sounds
Every
good.
week.
I'll be here. I love writer talk, by the way. So
Oh,
100%.
before you leave,
Anyone-
Come by.
you on Guild? Are you on A Drink of Crazy's Gilded?
I think so. I haven't opened Gilded in a while. I've been on
If you
Discord.
do, dust off the account.
Okay,
If
cool.
not,
That's
just
where
put
a
all our
lot of us
names
are
in it,
collaborating.
and, you'll be in it.
Okay, remind me if I forget. I'll check that. I'll look into that tonight.
And then look at the two crazy
Goodbye.
people with their masks
Yeah,
on.
Grinch and Optimus Prime.
Oh, I love it.
That's who you're
Nice.
stuck with us.
The first
Right.
Iron Age couple.
Oh,
Well, Merry Christmas, chat. Permission
Merry
to
Christmas.
Mark Wrangler.
You-
thanks for dropping
Permission
by.
granted. Thank you for coming on, Captain.
All right.
You
Have
have
a
a
good
Merry
one.
Christmas.
Godspeed.
Bye bye.
Merry Christmas.
Snow, come join us.
Snow.
We got 10 minutes. Come on, join us.
Come
Become
on.
part of
First
the
Iron
party.
Age couple, Optimus Prime and the Grinch who stole Christmas.
Figure it out now.
Except for it sound like.
Soundwave.
That
sounds like a weird Japanese
comic.
His shrimp was
Actually,
3
no, the
sizes
beavers
too
are
small.
literally right here.
It's a soft beaver.
Sorry, Stormcrow didn't see the comment till after he was gone.
Oh, this looks like a horror movie about to start right here.
It really does.
I'm gonna turn off the bat.
Yo, skunks.
I cannot see.
Now, if we want to talk about a girl boss, let's talk
Okay, they're
about
going
General
up, bro.
Karst.
Oh boy.
No, she doesn't girl
Thirst.
boss, but
No
she
comment.
is a boss, and she's definitely a chick.
Thirst.
Well, I don't know if anybody's hearing Billy Bob Sack saying Surst. It is not Surst.
Oh, we're
it's
hearing
Karst. Oh my god. Well, technically she is a girl boss, but just not in a way that's praised by the story.
But she's a good girl boss, and she's slightly psycho.
More
She's
than
a fun
little
character,
fucker.
but a terrible person.
mean an average
That's what
woman?
you want.
Tim Allen says, kind of dirty to see the Grinch petting Maji's beaver.
The muscles.
Oh my gosh.
I love that movie, dude.
Hey, so
and as a kid, I was like, why? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
Wow.
Oh, that word
First
was
Iron
fitting.
Age domestic.
First Iron Age domestic.
Wow.
Well, that was quick.
Man, we're never gonna get into this shit.
We evolve quickly in these here parts.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Can
I
you
want
tell
to
me
be
you're
Maji's
taking the
beta.
kids and leaving?
Nope, they're yours.
Well, that actually.
Who gets custody of the Autobots?
Read out for a second. I
For sure,
thought
Maji.
your
But as long as I
camera
get the
was
key, as long as I
locked
get
up.
access to the beaver, that's all I need.
For a second, I thought your camera was locked up. Read out, but then I just realized you're just locked in that.
Locked in a
face palm.
trance. Yeah. I do that sometimes.
Snow,
No, I understand.
Tim Allen says
No,
that was
no.
Iron Age 50 Shades of Dirty.
Go from
Wow,
first
that's
Iron
like
Age
a
couple to
live
first
reading of 50
Iron Age
Shades.
domestic in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That wasn't 10 minutes. That was 10 seconds.
It was the crazy Christmas party that did them in.
First Iron Age family law.
Oh, what the hell?
No, like when I was younger, I was so disappointed to find out that my wife and I had the names of the main characters of the 50 Shades of Grey books and movies.
Law and Order.
I was like, no. My buddy told me that. I'm like, no, you're joking with me. I looked at him like, son of a.
Well, that explains a lot.
Where are we going? It's my Kahuna dungeon.
No, I have to say, it's my Kahuna dungeon.
That sounds so weird in my
Y'all,
ear.
y'all gonna laugh.
I don't know.
You guys ever see free hanging kahunas in a soundproof room?
No, well,
Nope.
I can show you.
Probably
geez.
not going to look, so don't bother.
It's like it's like I'll have my own version of a Where's Waldo book, but it'll be like,
don't
where are the
scare
kahunas?
Snow. Don't scare Snow. I like Snow. Be nice to Snow.
Let me read that as a read. My phone died.
With an F, not a PH.
All right, folks, it's time to start wrapping up. No.
No.
We're actually not too far from that, but we're going to hang on so Snow can get on here for a few.
Everybody needs snow on Christmas Day.
I'm 50 Shades of Ottered Up.
You want to be uttered.
First
No,
gay
no.
Iron
What's
Age
an
couple.
otter?
Oh boy. Is
Oh.
Stormcrow a beta now? I think he's a beta.
He's a beta.
no.
Maybe yours. I mean, you guys
Ow.
live about 4 minutes from each other.
What are you talking about? He was your beta first.
Fine.
Florida
Well,
land does produce such strange creatures.
I know
I mean,
you got
you
gay
are
otters.
talking
You
to an
have
otter with a
giant
top
Puerto
hat.
Ricans. What a strange country.
And somehow you're one of the least strange people down there.
Please don't get me banned.
Hey, you know what? Earlier today, I was over at Sonnet's and I asked her and her brother, hey, just a dumb question. Hey, if we made our own video game console, what would we call it? And I started just talking about making our own console. And I said, you know what? If I've thought of this, that means other people have too. And I guarantee you, there are people already here, Iron Agers, working on trying to figure out their own video game console system, their own video game company. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 4 years we see an indie company start up with a new game console to add to the market. Who knows? Maybe they might become our own version of Nintendo. They might take off. What do you guys think?
We'll see
Will
the
we see that?
frequency box console.
V-Box.
I'm in no position to get there at that pace. I would love to try and take a crack at something like that, but it's going to be a while before I can get anywhere close to even thinking those things. I got a book series to finish before anything else.
What were you saying, Billy Bob Sack? I cut you off.
I said a V-Box. That's the name of the console.
Merry Christmas, R.H. Snow. How are you?
I didn't realize y'all were on tonight. I literally passed out. We had such a long day and had so everybody in our family is firefighters and stuff. So it's like we've been up all night and then
Shame.
I know. And it's a full moon, so it's kind of all this wild stuff comes out. So it's just been nonstop. And I was like, I turned this on. I'm like, wait, what are y'all doing on there? And So you want how long have you been on? No, you've been on like for like
A while. First, Maji wanted to share this. A friend sent it to her. Little
No, no,
Transformer pony action.
Okay, this is I'm serious. I get on here and hi, read out. You look so fabulous, by the way. I'm not even showing my face right now because I am just like my hair is straight up wild. I just woke up from a nap, and literally I come on here and I see shenanigans.
Right, you're good.
I see these shenanigans, and I want to have an explanation. I want an explanation of what is going on over here with Maji and Kahuna.
Christmas party.
Explain yourself.
IronAge Christmas party.
Yeah, okay, sure. You're saying that now. Oh, look at those little things. Look at that. That's so cute. Adorable. That's just adorable. Now, okay. Do we need an explanation for this, or are we just supposed to like ship it in our own mind? Can we write a story about this? Can we write our own stories about what's happening with Transformer and
Hold up, RH Snow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you name the story 50 Shades of Kahuna?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't really even allowed myself to think about this until I get some permission from the participants.
First book is 50 Shades of Kahuna. Second book is 50 Shades Beaver.
Oh no, I'm not doing that one. I'll get in trouble.
The Grinch stole Beaver during Christmas.
Oh jeez, Kahuna, you are not helping.
No, I'm so sorry, children. This is. I just had to. I saw that.
Right,
holy crud. And I wasn't gonna crash the screen, and then y'all said, "Come on," and I'm like, "I am right there."
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Billy Bob.
Everybody needs a little snow on
Never
Christmas
mind.
time.
That's
The
so
joke I was
sweet.
gonna make is a little nasty. So,
whoa,
No, I'm just impressed with all of y'all. Look at all.
What are we doing here? We got the screen behind the video behind the faces.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well,
StreamYard
just gave us the new option to do that. It used to be we could only put still photos behind.
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
gonna say that. That's wild.
Yeah. This started. They started allowing us to do that. I think maybe just 2 weeks ago.
It looks like readouts in a vortex. It's like he came back from
I
the
think
past.
I popped something off of Trippy's.
James Esparza made that for me.
That is so cool. That is just really cool.
Don't forget, he does graphic design as well when he's available.
James,
I know you're you got a lot going on, James. So you're probably in time crunch quite a bit.
hey, frequency.
Yeah.
That's very
Jewish space lasers.
50 Shades of Green.
50 Shades of Grinch and the Demon Beavers.
What's this? It's getting wilder and wilder.
Fu Man Blue, Merry Christmas. Good to see you, dude.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Yo, what's up, brother?
Oh my gosh! I wake up and hear all these people.
I think we're weirding Snow out.
No, it's fine. I'm just like I just woke up and I'm like, is this a dream? It's like one of those things.
You're like, why is there a Transformer and the Grinch on Wrangler's screen?
We're all figment of your imagination.
I know.
Why wouldn't there be? Especially a Transformer discussion or paraphernalia showing up on this stream. That's kind of almost normal. Now. It's almost as often as Metroid.
Oh no, that was actually. Yeah, you came up on what was it on Royce's channel Friday? It was like, this is like weekly wing it. So you've gotten famous now. People are comparing other people's streams to yours. When it gets weird and off the rails and there's a panel, it's like I guess like Hollywood Squares. If y'all remember anything like that.
Oh yeah, I remember Hollywood.
Shut up, y'all are too young.
It was Shadow Stevens, right?
Yeah.
I never grew up with TV, so it wouldn't help me anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are just babies. You're like just a blip on my timeline. I'm like,
dude,
I'm
the
like
guy who
ant.
played Iago was always was one of the main characters on Hollywood Squares with Rosie O'Donnell. What's his name?
I forget his name.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, it was Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey.
He was the
What's up,
funniest,
plug?
absolute funniest Gilbert Godfrey.
What the hell?
That'd be funny. Oh my gosh.
There are videos of him reading 50 Shades of Grey, and it's an experience.
I actually do work for somebody who personally knew Gilbert Gottfried and worked with him back in the day when he worked on he used to work on MTV To Go magazine, and before that, the guy I work with, his name's Mark Rubert. He met him while working for National Lampoon magazine back in the day, and then he got the gig to be the head editor of MTV To Go magazine.
Wow.
And he just hired all his friends, including Gilbert Gottfried, and he had an endless series of stories about Gilbert. He said he's the cheapest son of a bitch you've ever met. He had a personal story about it. He said he'd always go to the exact same Chinese restaurant in LA, and when he's there, he said, "Hey Gilbert, Gilbert, can you cover this for yourself?" He's like, "Can you cover this? All I got's I got a 50. I don't want to break it." And Gilbert Gilbert would pull out $100 bill and say, "Sorry." He never paid for his own meal, but it's freaking hilarious stories beyond belief and endless
so cool.
roasts of Gilbert Gottfried. You can find him roasting everybody out there.
Actually, we should, before we end, we should watch Evelaine's Christmas video. It was really, really
I
good.
just mentioned that.
Oh, it was great.
So freaking epic.
And so was Herman's. Herman's little minute and a
show
half.
me-
Yeah, that was cool.
I haven't.
I didn't know about Herman's.
I haven't seen these.
I want to see Herman's. I have not seen it yet.
Yeah, we should pull him up. Herman's is
Working
in the
on it
Weekly
now.
Wing It chat.
Oh, okay. That's why I haven't seen it yet. I need to go look at it.
No, he's gonna pull it up.
Yeah, you can watch it.
Okay.
F it, we'll do it live.
That's cool. That's like it's making it awesome. My dog.
So, did you do anything fun for Christmas, guys?
I drink. The bar was open. It was great.
It was a pretty chill Christmas. I got a box of chocolates and a lantern for Christmas. I'm nice. That's
Nice. What kind of lantern was it? Is it a hiking lantern?
It's actually one of the little propane lanterns.
Oh, those are cool.
Compact
Yeah.
lanterns.
Oh, I love
Cool.
them. I like,
Yeah.
something that you hang. I actually need a good lantern. I have a crank lantern that's like one that you can crank up and it'll make light. And I actually used it when there was that big power outage back 2 years ago in the Big Freeze game. And man, that sucker that saved my life because I could carry it around without having a live candle in my hand, which was nice.
Maji,
Huh?
show off your Shadow of the Conqueror one. Matter of fact, Christian, you could have brought your copy so she could actually read it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
No, I brought Christmas presents. I didn't bring a copy of that.
Wait, y'all brought Christmas present? You didn't show us what you gave each other?
Well, I didn't know he was coming, so
Yeah.
he doesn't
Well,
have.
all right,
show
no,
that.
it's a little bit private of what they gave each other. Okay.
Do not. No. Pure and good. Sweet and
bro.
adorable. We're gonna make it sweet and adorable instead.
Okay,
50
no,
Shades
we need you. Help.
No, Kahuna was just being a friend. He found out that I was alone for Christmas Eve and
Aw.
Christmas, so he came over.
That is such a
I'm
sweet.
sure he did.
Whatever.
Play
Right.
the clip. Roll the footage.
So we
All
brought a
right.
beaver for a gift.
Let's do this.
Let's do
Christmas message 2023 from Herman P. Hunter.
it. Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh, I love music already.
Oh, here we go.
I just see the logo.
The video's playing for me.
I cannot see it.
I
can
would
hear
like to
it.
wish all of my followers and fans a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope your holidays are filled with peace, joy, and goodwill, and that God blesses you and yours.
Aw.
Just remember that in 2024, I will be releasing the follow-up to The Revenant and the Tomb, so keep an eye out for that in late May 2024. And
Sweet.
once again,
God bless us, everyone.
Oh, that's so cute.
and Royce, buy your wife a goat.
I was waiting for the other two. I'm like, it can't be all sweet. I know her.
Oh,
bro.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was-
work
good.
of art.
I didn't
I
even
like
post
those.
mine. I just did a drawing video. I'm just like, here's a drawing. Enjoy.
Do we have the Fs? I don't have a link for that one.
Guilty Gearhead has joined us, guys.
Hail,
Yo,
Guilty.
Guilty.
And
The man, the myth, the legend.
Hey, Guilty, how you doing?
Senor.
No.
Mr. El Canada. He's going. He's Mr. El Canada himself. Yeah.
No.
Oh, I get it. It's the Family
But
Guy.
I don't know what that
Cleaning lady.
was.
Consuela, no, it works just as well as Windex. It's just the off-brand. No.
No, Stormcrow. I'm not. I did watch a video. It's funny, but I'm not playing it tonight. Sorry.
It's Christmas
What?
Day.
Do we have Ev's video?
Evelyn, I think it's just on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on his YouTube channel.
Oh, I thought he posted it in Gilded. That explains a few things.
Yeah, no, he did. He posted it on Twitter, but it was just. I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
You gotta get rid of the Herman P. Hunter.
Thank you for knowing that song.
Thank you.
Thank you for knowing that song.
There's at least on Evelyn's main YouTube channel, I don't see anything.
Actually, Snow Readout went into the history of that song. He posted it on his channel.
I love
Did.
that. Yes, I saw that.
And I made a
And
clip.
I love that song. I love that song so much.
I'm
And
sorry.
he's
Oh
got-
no!
Yeah,
it's definitely on Twitter. I'm surprised it should be on his YouTube. It's weird.
Evil Twitter.
Ugh.
Twix
Twix.
makes it
Twix.
sound like a swear word.
I know.
At least it ain't.
Oh, it's Twix only. Yeah, Evelyn.
Well, it's gonna be on YouTube now.
Yeah, it is, because there it comes.
Evelyn, all right if we play it?
I don't see.
I posted my Let's Draw on there. You don't have to share it. I just wanted to show people because I love you. I didn't even think about
Oh,
posting
he forgot to put it on YouTube. We're good.
Evelyn, I'm not asking permission.
Oh, I found it now. It's from December 20th.
Oh, Haley Star is in there. Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, it's
no bias on my part. No.
So I remember him.
Okay,
doing
we'll
this
skip
video.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this.
I love when Stormcrow says something really off the wall, and then Wrangler just like flashes by it for enough to give me a vague idea.
Just playing the
Half the
seed.
time I'm going to click the next comment, but somebody posts, so it like skips, and I hit one I don't mean to, and then I read it. I'm like, oh, that was
Oh, no.
Stormcrow. Oh no.
I know.
You have to vet some of those comments before we post them.
We go between Stormcrow's comments and then RH Snow's optimism. It's a really fun dichotomy.
It feels like living in the head of a schizophrenic.
Oh yeah,
I love it. We should. Stormcrow and I should do a show where it's just him and I, just like dark light.
It's December. It's an older video. It's December 20th.
Yay! Yeah.
Oh,
We'll have to
he's
scroll
waiting
down.
for you to go down.
Yeah,
you have
it's
to scroll down.
Yeah, it's not from today. It's from December 20th.
Yeah, you have to go back.
Now he's in his screen that he can't get out. He's trying to figure out how to get out.
Oh no!
I still just see the logo.
Remember,
So on Christmas Eve, I won Holiday Cheermeister, and I beat a bunch of children at children's
trying to
games.
help
so.
him, and it's so cute.
Keep
and he's
going.
Down.
Keep
Go
going.
down, Boomer. It's
There it
like-
is. No,
There
no,
it is.
up,
Down,
no.
down,
There
it is.
There.
Silence.
Christmas.
This is so amazing. Good job. It's so epic.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Richard's book.
Great audiobook too. The Mythicals.
I like how he just shakes it right off.
There it is.
I love that right there.
Yeah.
The is.
Whoa.
There's Haley Star.
Did I see that right? Did I see Legend of Shalar?
There it is.
Yeah.
It's a fake. It's a cover.
It's I wonder what the actual book inside is though.
He made it a little while ago, I think.
Yeah, he showed it on stream one day.
You want it?
Well, almost.
Almost, huh? Well, that's life. Well, it's always next Christmas.
IronAge Media stickers on his hat.
Yeah, he had it up for what it was.
That's awesome.
The old man delivers.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Santa Richard is real.
Oh, that image is so horrifying. Well, speaking of which, we had a screen we were promoting Chill Kid's new album that came out
Today, actually.
Yeah, today.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun stream too.
Oh, that was so amazing. Congratulations on being a big old YouTube star now, Emily. Look at that.
He's a good editor too.
Yeah, really. Who's doing
Yeah,
his editing?
nope. It was funny after the stream promoting Chill Kid's album. Emily and I were talking. I'm like, thank you for being the stern mother on stream tonight. It really lets me kind of fit in my persona.
Oh, that was fantastic. It's really fun when you look at somebody else doing like when they unveil it and you know the people that the books. And when I saw Haley Starr, I was like, ah!
You might not want to do that on stream.
Make sure you don't show your card.
Oh, yep.
Hey, what's your social? Also, might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2.
Actually,
3,
you're
4,
kind of
5,
old. So
6,
what is it,
7,
like 5 or
8.
6?
No. It's 3.
Hey, that's the same number as my luggage.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a password a moron would put on his luggage.
Don't do
0,
it.
0, 0, 0.
Or combination of the password.
If
Let's
anyone
check
ever
this
figured out
out.
my password, I'd be done for.
Chill Kid has done it again. Here are the tracks on his new album, Try Hard. Do it yourself.
I'm going to read the titles with no sexual connotation whatsoever. Do it yourself. All nighter. Don't blow it. One job to do. We don't need your ladder.
I don't even know what that's
Get
about.
your hopes up.
Ska recap. Ska recap.
Try Hard with a
Overthinker.
Vengeance.
Try hard with a vengeance.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right.
Recap.
That's beautiful.
Oh.
All right, track number 2 is All Nighter, which seems to be the featured for on the title page for this album. So
Play it.
let's give it a listen. I already like how it's starting.
Oh yeah.
I just like the gun.
Oh yeah, no, that was a real prop that he edited visually on like Photoshop, but the prop was real.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Probably something.
I could play Mega Man to this music. This is awesome.
I was gonna say it makes me want to rave. Now is this so? Is Try Hard a Christmas album?
It's actually it came out on Christmas, but it's an IronAge inspired album. He saw what was going on in the IronAge, and he started writing and putting together all this music a while back, actually. And, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have a way to dial that volume down a bit, so
That's awesome.
I don't think we can really hear each other well over that. It was blowing my ears out.
Spoiler alert! We did play that song and one other on a stream on my channel, and there's an
Did you?
acoustic. The breakdown on this one is acoustic, and it sounds really cool.
Kitty. Mine's
You,
hiding from Kahuna.
Think you played it the other day when you had Chill Kid, Evely, and Pritchard on all together, right?
Yeah,
when you
we
played
played 2 songs on there, but yeah, it was a fun. Like I just wanted to get all the musicians together and have a good time, and those guys are also cool. It made for a fun, easy stream.
Yes, Evely. He says Chill does such good job making music that would be great for games, soundtrack streams, or just listening. Yes, he does. That's why I tried to get him to say, okay, he'll do my video game now. That way, by the time we get around to making it and he's already a big deal, I could say, hey, remember when you said?
Yeah, remember when you did this?
Because he's going to be a big deal in one way or another. He's with those tunes, he's going to be a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Well, he made yours.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Neon Wrangler. I heard that song before I ever knew about Weekly Wing It. I was like, that's a cool song. I bought it, put it on, and then you were playing your stream and I saw it for the first time. I'm like, that sounds really familiar.
But Heavily, you got some tunes that would be pretty good in those settings too. I mean, for example, the outro to King Richard's Chill Stream. That gets stuck in my head, and it just and that's not a bad thing. If I'm
still
gonna
love.
get a tune stuck in my head, that's one of them I want.
I still love Ev's version of. Oh, sorry.
Kikkoman.
Kikkoman.
I still love Ev's version that he did for Brian McCoppin for his trailer.
Yes.
Yeah,
that I was driving down the road and I was like started humming that. I'm like, oh, what were the words? Yeah.
He had so much trouble with that one too, but it came out so good. Like it goes a bit against his normal style. His vocals tend to be very like heart, like kind of death metal a little bit.
Oh, I know. But still, it's just the way it turned out was really good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I love that one. And plus, he did the song for my channel too, which was he's like, I'm just gonna learn Mongolian throat singing for this song. I'm like,
that.
Hell yeah!
Oh my gosh, I tried to do a deep voice when I was doing recordings for James. That hurt so bad.
Actually, she's gonna try it now.
No, I'm not.
Hey guys, this is Maji. Anyway, yeah, no, it really worked out all that training.
And I do love your intro, Kahuna. I don't know if
I
you've seen the
need
view
to
count.
work on it. I need to make a new one
the view
without
counts
the.
going up on it, but that's because sometimes I drive around and I'll listen to that thing 2 or 3 times in a day.
It's funny. He's remastering this track, by the way. It's going to sound
Really?
even better soon. Yeah.
I
put this together before I actually bought InShot, the editing software, so that I can't get rid of that watermark. But oh well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the StreamYard's transmission of this, it's never going to do justice, but
Just the hair just gets me, just the way it flies.
I know I've said it before, but when I make that Smash Bros. Style game with a whole bunch of IronAge characters, I just want to drop you in there, give you a bunch of super-powered wrestling moves, and have that be your stage music.
Oh, that'd be so cool. And then we could have it narrated by Billy Bob, because imagine Billy Bob having your whole track behind you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. We've all been talking to each other for about a year. I wonder how much more stuff we're going to be seeing that we all kind of just are collaborations and helping each other out. How much more stuff are we going to have out there? We're going to flood and take over YouTube with indie projects.
That is so much fun, though, y'all. It is just so cool to see this happening in real time. Like, and to know that I know you all before you're super famous. Like, because read out at some point he'll be like the new Shelby Foote or whatever, and he's going to be like super dignified, and he won't accept, that we actually know him. Like, we'll try to crash his party at some sort of really high-powered like history party or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what they do for a history party.
I'm not highly dignified, but thank you for the compliment.
Yes, you're going to be super famous. You're going to be like that guy. I don't know. You'll show up on a Ken Burns, disembodied head show or something like that. It'll be great.
I pray I don't show up on a disembodied head show. They have no idea. I've spoken with people who have been on those shows. They have no idea. So they sit them down and they have like 2-hour interviews with them, and they record the whole interview, which has always been the method of getting an interview to splice it in a documentary for years. There's hours of Shelby footage that Ken Burns shot they didn't use. You can find on YouTube. Well, they use maybe 10, 15 seconds of that interview, and they put it over the worst visuals possible. So it makes it seem like that these credible historians are backing nonsense.
To be fair, I have heard historians cover nonsense before.
Well, this is also true.
My favorite is still how Ancient Aliens belongs on the History Channel.
Aliens.
I know. You can't explain that.
Read out. I saw the eye twitch.
Oh, it's Billy Bob.
Oh, hey,
That was,
look,
it was
we made
Billy
a-
Bob twitching.
Look, Billy, he got a live action. Action.
Yeah, I
Mogwai is
I
here.
looked up Gremlin mask, and that's what fucking popped up.
Really?
Yes.
I
I'm
didn't know she
replica
was
of your
colored, Commander.
avatar there.
I am ready.
That's not an avatar. Spoilers, but
No, Billy Bob, I need to have a bone to pick with you because I came in looking for comfort after a tough day, and I'm looking for the gremlin with the drag queen face on, and instead whatever it is you have up there, and I don't even recognize it. I'm like, that's not Billy
Well,
Bob.
Snow, that just happens to be the first woman to ever woman. You must respect that woman because
Yeah.
she's the first
the
Fane to
first
ever
woman
do
of
Fane.
all, the first woman to ever woman of all time.
I don't even exist until
Here,
she
Jennifer
is that right?
Lawrence.
I don't even exist
Actually,
until
you
she
said
showed up.
Yeah, that's her younger.
She
Oh,
if,
she is so
you might know her
false.
by her original name, Gaia, apparently, but
Eve
Gaia?
also alternately.
yeah, she was the first woman in the Mother Nature's
No,
the
it
first
wasn't
woman.
Eve.
So.
It was
okay.
Adam.
You're
Get it
serious.
correct, Christian. She was the
She-
first
she-
being to ever being.
She started eating. She started nomming on an apple. Like, oh, I'll make a little pie with this.
Oh, gee.
Oh my gosh, I'm naked again. At least I hope this doesn't get leaked on the internet.
Whoops.
Oh,
Why am
cool.
I here?
You don't ask if you can hit me.
Cool, Lovely.
Oh yes, me and him have been going back and forth on an interesting music project he's been doing for me, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
All
About
right.
that.
Nice.
all
So
I
that
have
means
to
we
say
got some
about
cool
that.
reveals in the near future.
Mhm.
I'm assuming near future.
I don't know. Maybe I might just keep the song to myself.
You
This
bastard.
is for my private listening.
I'm sitting here looking over here at Frederick. I'm gonna poke him.
The interesting
Hey
thing.
there.
Poke Frederick.
Only
Poke Frederick. Make him talk. Poke, poke,
Only
poke,
beavers.
poke, poke.
Only beavers, only gremlins.
Frederick here is an author.
I
He's done
know.
some amazing work for me in the past, and I need to talk to him.
Mind you, you
about
shouldn't drag that thing
more work
across
in
the floor.
future.
Oh, thanks, James.
So tell him what kind of work you do there, Frederick.
Comic book. Mostly
Bring back my
illustrations.
beaver, you butthead.
I just watched someone's brother touch Maji's beaver.
Dead
So
zombies.
What am I hearing
Oh,
right
That's
he
a-
didn't
I
just
know.
touched it. He took it and ran.
so stuff's happening here.
Good job.
Only
This is
betas.
no
only.
longer safe for YouTube.
I did hear Frederick talk though, and that made me very happy.
Sorry, Frederick.
Happy to hear.
Sorry.
My brother intervened.
Yeah, he
Storm
came in and
we
grabbed
don't
the
know that
beaver.
it's an apple.
He does that from time to time.
It's a Washington thing.
Okay.
Incidentally, we do have the highest recorded rate of
Which comment?
incest in the
To which
nation.
comment are you referring, Stormco?
What the hell are you talking about?
That's
I
true.
think he's talking about
it up.
all of his edgy comments.
You heard what the auto
I'll show
said.
the ones I want to show. I hear those sirens are coming to get us, so
Yeah, that's me.
we better wrap up and make ourselves scarce. So parting plugs, starting with RH Snow.
Oh
Snow, tell us where we can find your work. Keep in mind, almost all of them have their links in the description below.
Oh, okay.
I think the only one who doesn't have a link down there is Frederick.
Yes. So
Drop a link in the private chat so I could put that in the regular chat for everyone else to access.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let me say that I love Frederick and Trippy and James Esparza and Otter and Redoubt and Maji and Kahuna and Billy Bob and it's Bill. Go ahead, do it here, Bill. We can't even do it. We did a call and answer thing, and it took up like 2 days, just with him saying my name and me saying him, and I don't know what happened there, but it was exciting. And also, Wrangler, I love you too. And you can find me at watcherthedam.com or at flow.page/rhsnow, where I've got my series Watcher of the Damned, which is a sci-fi western saga, and most people like it.
Don't be modest, Snow. Everybody, I've not heard a single complaint about your book from
That
anybody.
is so sweet of you to say.
Snow here in the next few days, hopefully. I'm gonna put out my review for Transmutation Texas, and trust me, it's a very positive review.
That is so sweet of you. I feel so much better now.
And I just finished Six Gun Shiva today. So
Did
it's
you
amazing.
really? Did
That
you like
ending?
it? Okay?
Oh my gosh, the ending. Yeah. No, I love it. You blew my mind.
So much. I feel so much.
So you know how I bought all those PDFs?
Yes, I know you.
I accidentally deleted the email they came in.
Do you want me to? I'll just send you one, babe. I'll just send you one. I've got the weirdest part is they're so big, the files are so huge, I have to put them on a server. And so I wasn't sure are y'all able to access my server? Because I do need to ask that. I've got you here. Any of you get the any of my books off of the server that I have?
Resend it and I can test
I
it.
did, but I prefer to read physical books, so I haven't
Okay,
actually.
you were able
used
to
it.
get it then. I just want to make sure.
Well, no, I bought it to support her on my comic.
She was so sweet. She bought it like 14 times or something accidentally, and I had to go back in and take them off.
No, she's like, did you mean to do that? And I'm like, yes, leave it.
I was like, you're so wonderful. I love you. No, so I just love you all. You guys make my life beautiful, and I just really appreciate every one of you, and just so blessed to know you guys. And I really honestly mean this. There's not a lot of people I would jump a stream on a Christmas day to do this. Y'all are the ones. So I love you. Thank you. And if somebody else is out there and they're running a stream right now, it's not that I ignored you. I love you too. So I just didn't know you were there. I've been asleep. And God bless all of you and have a very Merry Christmas. And yeah, Jesus is the reason for the season. Boom! I just Baptist all over the stream.
Yes, happy birthday, Yeshua.
Yes,
Everybody south of the border, y'all know Jesus is the reason for the season.
That's right.
No one can take that away from you.
I thought you were all south of the border.
Yeah, when is Tamale Day?
Technically?
When you in Texas,
Canada's basically a state. I mean,
well, technically, no. If you look at the border, we're straight next to each other.
I know it.
Maji's one football throw away from being Canadian.
Yeah, Canada's a state like North Korea is a state. You know, it's.
Well, no. If you look at the island chains, though, we're pretty even with Sydney.
Trippy, what you got to show?
Well, if you like words that rhyme and move in time, you can check out some trippy poetry at trippysoul.substack.com. I'm pretty sure that's what it is because I'm not Trippy Soul right now. I'm Tipsy Soul. Came back a little tipsy from the bar. So that's all I got. I'm working on a poem right now, and I think it's gonna be a little tough one. I was thinking about doing a short story out of it, but I think I want to keep it as a poem. Should be fun. But yeah.
Next time I'm down there, man, we need to go to that bar.
Yeah, you definitely need to come to my bar. My bar is legit. It's fun.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that's my temp page. If you want to get on the mailing list to be notified of updates. And yeah, so comic book artist taking his first stab at writing a story, and basically going to get this one out for end of April. is the
Frederick,
plan.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Are you available for commission?
I am.
Ooh!
I did some commissions for James. We showed a couple. We showed one earlier. Billy Bob was able to share his screen with us.
That is beautiful.
Contact
Dude,
me
I
to
just
go-
had people. I just had people talking about trying to find artists, real art. There's an explosion of people wanting real art, and
Yeah, it's
and
called AI
I think-
art.
No, that's not AI.
No,
This
I
is-
know that, but that's why people want real art. It's predicted, you know? It's going to
Oh,
put
yeah.
a premium on real art.
There is. It's because that now they know that there's not going to be an accidental plagiarism, something going down. You can actually make sure that it's not going to resemble something else. So congratulations on being at the foot of this giant wave fixing to happen.
And Frederick, what's the species of these creatures called? What are
Oh,
these?
These are. I think James is more apt to describe them than myself.
So these species, well, they're kind of almost like your basic zombie, but they do get. It's interesting that he drew worms on them because there's actually deep lore involving a type of vampiric parasite that also passes on the strain of the undead to lesser creatures and turns them into zombies. And these parasites are vampiric in nature and survive in the host, and then they control them. And the more powerful ones, it could be just a single worm in a body and look as human as you and me, but you don't know that that's a walking undead, because it's a vampire at the end of the day, but the weaker ones can just kind of barely control and transform into more zombies. But they spread the parasite by not only biting, but primarily just getting the worms into other hosts. And it's quite deadly. And it's one of many different types of undead, because this sequence is actually the army of the undead ravishing the lands of light. And the army of the undead is not just zombies. You have ghouls, you have wraiths, you have anything that falls underneath the banner of undead is in this army, and they are all compelled to follow a single leader who has complete dominant control over them, known as the Arbiter of the Undead. So even if the zombies did not want to assault, the Arbiter says you will assault, they are compelled to do so. It is quite the fantastic story that actually at the beginning follows a series of characters, one of which is a vampire, another of which is a man, and and you know, I'm just going to leave it there because I could go on for hours, and I'm not even supposed to be talking about my work. This is Frederick's work right now. Let's pass it back on to Frederick.
Well, it's nice to hear that you had the idea to have parasitic worms as well. It's great mind things think alike.
And I popped back over to the StreamYard tab and realized, see, all this time I thought I was showing this picture that you're seeing now, which is why I was confused. But at the same time, look at all these. Look at this background with this skeletal cage made, so it was still kind of overlapping, and I was.
You can even hover over the title, and the title will fade out, and you can see the skulls.
So who are these creatures here? Who are these guys?
So these are your lizard men that you tend to find when you go deep down into the tunnels. So this is basically your sewer dwellers.
Yeah, and these are the guys I was talking about the whole time. I didn't see that the other picture was on the screen that James was describing. So I was wondering who these. How about this guy right here? I take it he's going to be fighting them.
Yeah, so that's basically the hero, Rattel. So Rattel is just the French word for honey badger. He's a Montrealer who got into some trouble. And basically he gets out of jail out of a bogus charge and gets very smart and very determined. And he kind of learned of a few tricks from the criminals while he was inside. And he's just going to play mischief and try to get justice for himself and for others out into the world, which happens to be Montreal is where he lives. So you're going to be seeing a lot of backdrops from the city of Montreal.
Awesome. Yeah, so the honey badger. Speaking of weasels, otter.
Oh, fun. So if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you check out my debut Swords and Sorcery novel. It's the first in a series called Steel and Stormbright. It is the Curse of the Star Raids. So we're dealing with cosmic ghosts, battles between nations, a tale of slavery, brotherhood, and the will of the human spirit, and of course, a bunch of athletic titties. On top of that, I also have my review blog called Downstream Pulp, where I do reviews, articles, and the odd short story.
Awesome. Links in the description below. Read out.
Well, I don't write fiction, at least not yet, and maybe never. My brain works differently to everybody else here because I do nonfiction. My channel, Readout Productions, is dedicated to living, exploring, and preserving history through a variety of videos, one video at a time. We also have a sister channel known as the Heterocro Media Podcast, which I think we just labeled as drunk ambiance now. So if you want to listen to a bunch of people get drunk and talk about media, yeah, go check out the Heterocro Media Podcast. And it is Christmas, so I am off to celebrate it like 1776.
Yeah.
All right. As much as I love the year 1776, 1812 is still my favorite DRD on Farscape. Okay, James.
Yes, sir. I am James Esparza, creator and author of World Without End. You can check out my stuff at Substack on worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. I also have a website where you can find a lot of maps and characters and stuff like that. If you want to learn more about my world, it's worldwithoutendlore.com. I just recently released my first full cast dramatized audiobook on the aforementioned Substack. You can check that out for free right now. And I was previously mentioning a novella I'm working on where the Lands of Light goes to war against the armies of the undead, and it's going to be magnificent, and you're going to get a lot of awesome different perspectives from different creatures, characters, and nuance, and it's going to lead into a gigantic freaking battle. And I hope you guys really like it, and I hope it comes out next year, because I have got a lot to work on all at once, and that one I'm going to take my time with, so that way it is nice and polished by the time you see it.
Nice. And I got to say, your Substack is just visually a very impressive one. I mean, you take the time to make, I know that you're a magazine guy, so you're the right guy for the job, but a lot of Substacks, they look nice, but yours is just, you got that visual pop along with the stories, and that's awesome.
Well, thank you, sir. I definitely try to put as much effort into the visuals as possible, and I'm just trying to find right now in this next year, I'm going to take more time to refine and to update some of my previous works, because I do want to go through all of them and turn them all into their own dramatized audiobooks along the way, and polish them along the way. So it's going to be a fantastic year to come.
All right. And Maji and Kahuna.
Yeah. Who do you want first?
Either or.
Go for it. You have something to shill.
It's me, the ultimate kahuna. This next year, I will continue my usual reading content, live streams, and other shenanigans. But, coming soon, more audio content.
And worse, Kahuna's met my brother. Who knows what kind of shenanigans he'll get into.
We could talk about Maji's beaver on stream. It's not going to be weird.
Oh, jeez.
Totally not weird.
Yay, shenanigans!
Anyway. But no, I'll be doing. I have my the Ultimate Kahuna YouTube channel and Twitter, and all the humor, all the fun keeps on going on both of those places, and I look forward to releasing some writing this next year as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Merry Christmas, Melekilikimaka.
Meka hi, Meka heiny ho.
As for me, well,
Did
it's
you
me.
just disrespect my culture, bro?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
He's
Maybe.
Hopefully.
But check out IronAge Media. Richard's always got some new prompts going on, and then as Ev showed us earlier, they're getting a CD out with all the music guys on it. So definitely check out Anvil 3, IronAge Media, and have a good night. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right, Billy Bobsack.
You can find me on Only Gremlins on Substack.com.
And that is a real thing. Link is in the description.
That is a real thing.
Yes. Kaplaw, 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 kaplaw.
Some of what you find may be disturbing.
But truthful.
All right. And also, you hear the music playing right now. That is Chill Kid. His stuff is awesome. Go check it out. Also, check out his merch store. And while you're checking out merch stores, you might want to take a look at mine as well. I got some shirts like this up here. We got the Frequency Studios shirts up there. Got Haley Star shirts. And I'm hoping sometime in mid-February to be coming out with some Elizabeth's apparel as well. And don't forget to check out the book that started it, Haley Star Bad Kitty. It's a real good time. It's a good all-ages book. Adults, kids, it's good for everybody. And it's one that you can share with your kids. It's clean enough and it's a good enough story to do that, where they're going to have a good time with it and you don't have to worry about glossing over anything inappropriate. It ain't there. It's nice, free, and clear, and you'll have a good time. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, I appreciate you stopping by. Merry Christmas, everybody, and God bless. We'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Woo! Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and have an otter New Year.
That's otter
Nice.
nonsense.
It's otter sense.
You ought to know.